You're having too much fun. Good afternoon, everyone. Joining us at the Scottish National Open Championships from Tollcross. This is the first day. This is session 2. I'm Robert Taylor, and joining me this afternoon is my co-presenter Jackie Smith. Hello, Jackie.
Good afternoon, Robert. So we had a very exciting first session this morning. I think we got three records, three Scottish records were achieved this morning. So well done to Scott Gibson, Laura Pilkington, and Merrin Binney.
Yeah, two of the para swimmers. Yeah,
that's right. Excellent. Yeah, you want to follow the records as they are broken. You will find information on the Scottish Swimming social media pages. It's been uploaded as soon as these records are confirmed. So it's a busy afternoon here at Tollcross. We're going to kick off with the women's 200 metre IM. There we go. That's the programme for us this afternoon. The IM, freestyle, breaststroke, backstroke, fly, freestyle. Into this, however, we didn't have this morning was the 800 metre freestyle, Robert. We've got.
No, we have the delights of that to finish the programme with. We finished this morning with some mixed relays. This morning, the afternoon programme effectively replicates what we did for the first 10 events. We have heats this afternoon, and if any of the swimmers swim faster than the times of the first 20 swimmers, they will progress either to an A or B final, but we'll give you those details when we get into each of the individual events. And as Jackie says, we have to finish 800 free for both the men and women. I believe that the fastest heats of the 800 for both men and women will be swum in this evening in the final session.
That's certainly the information we have at the moment, isn't it, Robert? That there's 3 heats of both of those events this afternoon. So we'll see 2 heats this afternoon, and then 1 from both the women and the men this evening in the final session.
So with this being the slightly slower heats, Jackie, the first 10 events this afternoon, it's a good opportunity for all of the younger swimmers who I think finished school today, for the majority of them, to come along and see if they can get some PBs. And you never know, some of them might swim super fast and maybe make their way into a B final. That would be good, and that would give them an opportunity of a swim this evening, which I think is 5:30 start this evening. For those of you who are hoping to join us this evening, we'd be delighted to have you along. As you can see, quite a good crowd with us. And poolside, that's I think that's in
Inverclyde, yeah.
Yeah, Shirley
coach there, Shirley.
On the far side. And nice to see best part of a dozen or so swimmers from Inverclyde here. A lot of smaller clubs well represented over the weekend.
They won the mini league over here in the west just recently, I believe. Well, I think they were top club for in the A final.
Very good.
For the Clyde Coast Mini League, as Inverclyde. Stand to be corrected, but I think that was the case. So
that just shows what a good job that Shirley does and all the team over there at bringing the swimmers on. She's been working hard for the last few years, and good to get them those rewards, Jackie. She's produced some very good swimmers over the last few years, competing well at national level as well. So, but that's also true of a lot of the clubs all over Scotland.
It is indeed, yeah. Just working to recover from the COVID times, and some of the clubs doing really, really well. We're seeing some excellent swimming, aren't we? And it's another busy summer of swimming. What I think we've got there's this meet, then this summer meet.
Summer meet
up
coming
in
up.
Aberdeen, is that?
That's in Aberdeen, yeah. A couple of weeks, exactly 2 weeks from now. In fact, we have distance events on a Thursday night, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 sessions similar to today. That's all for our swimmers who are up to the age of 18. So just our referees and starters Poolside, there's the people running the afternoon session. There we have Aberdeen Dolphins team over on the far side there. So we have 200 individual medley that gets us underway. Casey Dixon from South Lanarkshire goes in lane 2. In 3, Sarah Kay from South Aberdeenshire. In lane 4, we have Myrn McPhee, Faulthouse Penguins. 5, Ciara Gregg, also from Faulthouse Penguins. 6, Abigail Morton, Swim IT. And in 7, Freya Keeling from Carnegie. 2 13-year-olds in the outside lanes. So, butterfly, backstroke, breast and freestyle. So 2 Faulthouse swimmers, one with the white cap of Faulthouse with the red writing, the other one with the red cap and the white writing.
Yeah, they've obviously either changed the caps or some
no,
squads have different caps. I don't know, what do you think that's up?
No, it's 2 different caps. So they
right.
just have 2 different caps, and some of them will swim with a red cap, some of them sometimes swim with a white cap, but no real significance, Jackie.
Oh well. Because I know some clubs, as you progress up the club, you get, or you swim at particular meets, you get credit for that with a different type of swim cap. But it's the red cap of Faulthouse Penguins that is in the lead at the moment. That's Ciara Gregg. In behind her, Abigail Morton from Swim IT, but swimming also well from South Lanarkshire, Casey Dixon. Casey finished 6th at this event in the at Snags in the spring of this year. And 3rd at the West District pre-Snags meet, I think. Yeah. For Casey over there on the far side.
We'll see how this one develops. Breaststroke is really where someone can make a move, but no one's going to trouble Ciara. I think she's got this one pretty well wrapped up. It's all maybe about 2nd place, Jackie, here. Yeah,
it looks like it, doesn't it? And as the girls are pretty bunched up in behind Ciara, really, but they're going to come into the final turn, so they're going to have to make the most of that.
Yeah, looks like Abigail Morton maybe just holding 2nd. Freya Keeling making a wee move as well. Carnegie girls had a pretty steady breaststroke.
But this is Ciara's race, isn't it? This first race of the afternoon, as the girls battle in behind her for 2nd and 3rd place. Abigail Morton still looking strong, as is Freya Keeling.
Like the 13-year-old Freya Keeling's coming through to take 2nd. That'll be a very nice swim from her.
Yes, she is.
Ciara's had a cracking swim. 2:38.24. Nice improvement on her entry time. Freya Keeling a wee bit outside her entry time, but a good steady swim nevertheless. 2:45.22. And Abigail Morton takes 3rd on a 2:46.43. A good improvement for Ciara. Some 3.5 seconds faster than that entry time.
And we move on to Heat 2. Lane 0, Ailey Melrose from Inverclyde. Lane 1, Grace Hannock, East Lothian. 2, Alexi Lamont, Aberdeen. 3, Cara White, Ren 96. 4, Sophie Allison, Western Bartonshire. 5, Timia Schultz from Fries. 6, Evie Heslock, Borough of Stockton. 7, Zara Denson, Molly Feith. 8, Amber Hinton, Dumfries. And 9, Naomi Wilson from Warrender Baths. So Amber Hinton was she was swimming this morning, wasn't she, Robert?
Yeah.
And in amongst some of the older swimmers. And Amber's the youngest swimmer in this heat, 13, and swam very well this morning. So busy programme for her certainly today. After the first 50 metres, it's Timia Schultz, Lexi Lamont and Sophie Allison as the girls transition and move into a backstroke. So it continues to be lane 5, Timia Schultz in first place. Tamia's 18 years of age from Dumfries.
Entries for this one, 2:40.3 to 2:41.90. Quite a number of the swimmers have a point 30 or point 90, which signifies probably a conversion to long course.
Naomi Wilson's going to take this to the halfway mark there, the Warren de Bath swimmer. She turns in first place there. 1:13.77 for her. So these girls will need to watch what she can do over here in lane 9. There's Tamia and
bunching up a wee bit, Jackie.
They are a wee bit, and I think Evie Heslop as well. She's in third at the turn there.
Lexi Lamon's still going well on that far side, Jackie.
She is, isn't she, Robert? Yes.
Coming through very strongly, the Aberdeen amateur swimmer. I think she's maybe just going to take it up as we get towards the penultimate turn. She's certainly fine. There's about 4 almost going to touch together here. Very tight. Lane 5 perhaps. Tamia Schultz is just smudged ahead. Barely half a second cover the first 4. Zara Denson, the Montefiore swimmer, has come virtually from 10th into 5th, so she's having a very good swim.
Tamia's been swimming very strongly there in the centre of the pool, but Naomi is battling back over near us in lane 9. The Warren de Bath swimmer. Certainly, I think Tamia's holding her off there. Looks to me like it's going to be Tamia first and Naomi second, with the battle going on for third, but it could well be the Lexi Lamont. And indeed she was at third place there. So Tamia Schultz, Naomi Wilson and Lexi Lamont are your 1, 2 and 3 for heat number 2.
Very strong finish there from Tamia. Finishing just outside that time for the previous heat. Nevertheless, nice wee improvement on that entry time by about a couple of seconds or so. On to our third heat in 0. We've had Hannah Anderson, I think, who swam this morning from Carnegie. 1, Olivia Caldwell, City Glasgow. 2, Caitlin Parnaby, Elgin. 3, Eva Ross, City Glasgow. 4 is Jessica Powell from Elgin. 5, Sophie Steele, South Ayrshire. 6, Ella Cunningham from City Glasgow. Our teammate Thea Glenn in 8. 8 is Rebecca Somerville from Ren 96. And in 9 is Daisy Godey from City of Glasgow. So it's just a wee delay here. Our officials getting the swimmers out. Most of the time they do over the top starts, Jackie, but maybe one of the swimmers was suffering a little bit and they decided for safety reasons just to get them out.
Yes, sometimes best to do that, Robert, isn't it? That looks like someone's in a little bit of discomfort. So as Robert says, we'll get started with heat 3 in just a few moments. So the entry times here range from 2:38.62, I think is the fastest, and to 2:40.25.
Yeah, that's Daisy Godey's time, where she was 5th at the national age groups. Another youngster, just 13. 2 or 3 13-year-olds in the heats this afternoon, and that's good to see. We're just about ready to get underway again. So this is our third heat. It's a pretty level start.
Pretty much in a line at this very early stage with the butterfly.
Sophie Steele and Eva Ross maybe in 5 and 3. Maybe just shading it at the moment. Coming through in 7th, Thea Glenn. Get into the mix, but clear leader is Sophie Steele, the South Ayrshire swimmer, Jackie.
She is,
a body length clear.
Saw her swimming, I think she swam in the junior mixed relay team this morning, Robert.
Yeah.
They performed very well, South Ayrshire, in that race, but the final outcome of that won't be known until this evening, because like the 800 metres this afternoon, the fastest mixed relay heat is swam in the final session. So it is Sophia Steele who continues.
And Anderson over on the far side, Jackie coming through quite strongly to get into the mix.
The Carnegie swimmer, yes, black and white army, I think, with that black and white cap.
Absolutely.
But it is Sophie Steele who's going to turn first. Thea Glenn, I think, in second. No, Hannah Anderson, beg your pardon. Olivia Caldwell third, and Thea Glenn was fourth at the turn there. But we'll turn and move into the breaststroke.
Interesting to see if Eva Ross comes through strongly in the breaststroke section, Jackie in lane 3.
Yes, just keep an eye on her. Lane 2, Olivia Caldwell, she's swimming really well over there. Got herself up, and I think pretty much all they're all now on the shoulders of Sophie Steele.
Yeah,
so she's going to have to keep this going to keep them at bay.
Jessica Powell coming through with a very strong swim, the Elgin swimmer in that black and red cap.
Yeah, she's going to turn first there and head for home. Jessica Powell, Sophie Steele and Olivia Caldwell, you 1, 2 and 3, but
see from a split 44.95, she picked up seconds on the whole field to get her into that #1 position on the turn.
Obviously using her breaststroke skills to the best effect there for her. But this is a battle, I think, now. I'm looking over to lane 1.
Olivia Caldwell's maybe
Olivia Caldwell, I think the 14-year-old.
Yeah,
she certainly got herself ahead of Jessica Powell, who's going to take second, and Sophie Steele third, I think.
Good strong finish from Sophie.
Olivia Caldwell, Jessica Powell, Sophie Steele. Was a good finish there, wasn't it?
34.20. Ella Cunningham just running out of water to get herself in the mix to get into third place, finishing fourth, but very strong finish from Olivia. 2:37. 34 improves by just about 1.8 seconds or so.
And we move on to heat 4, lane 0, Abby Whitfield from Derwent side. Lane 1, Sophie Portier, Warren de Bath. 2, Iona Casapidis from Carnegie. 3, Josie Grimes, Warren de Bath. 4, I beg your pardon, Freya Mason from Shetland. 5, Ayla Cochrane, City of Glasgow. 6, Molly Weir, West Lothian. 7, Leonie Bedborough from Incas. And lane 8, Bethany Irvin, Shetland. And 9, Victoria Grabowska from West Dunbartonshire. I think fancy Ayla Cochrane maybe to take this one, Robert.
Yeah.
But we'll wait and see after the...
Josie Grimes going well at the moment on the butterfly. She's going to be our leader, I think. Just stretched far enough. Molly Weir got a better finish on the butterfly. So West Lothian swimmer with the advantage at the moment.
Her entry time's 2:37.80 for this afternoon. But she certainly has the advantage at the moment. Over on the far side, Abby Whitfield, Sophie Portier, Iona Casapidis, Josie Grimes. Swimming well, but it is going to be Molly Weir who turns first there. Leona Bedborough second, and Sophie Portier in third.
We really need a special breaststroke to get anywhere in the mix for getting into a B final, I think, Jackie. Leona Bedborough, though, looks pretty strong on this breaststroke section. The Incas swimmer from Inverkeithing coming through very strongly indeed. In lane 8, over in lane 0, Abby Whitfield from Derwent side also making a move. And not to be outdone with Sophie Portier, the Warner swimmer, in 1. Iona Casapidis trying to get in the mix along with Josie Grimes. Still advantage.
Freya Mason, Abby Whitfield, Molly Weir. And so, yeah, as Robert says, these girls we're looking to try and get themselves into the finals. The B final, they're going to need to... looking at a time sub 2:33.66.
Look for Abby Whitfield on the far side.
Yeah, she's motoring down.
She might just about get there. 2:33.66. She's not going to quite do that, but no, she'll be delighted with something well under 2:30.36. Well, that's a cracking swim. 2:36.32. The Carnegie swimmer Iona Casapidis, 2:37.72. Also improves her time by a little bit. And our long-time leader, Phil Masson from Shetland, in third, 2:38.86. Great swim from Abby. And I think Iona will probably be pretty pleased as well with her time. Well, sadly, nobody troubled the judges to get into a B final, but some cracking swims nevertheless from these girls.
Girls will be pleased with improvements on their entry times. Some close finishes as well. So the girls are just emptying the pool before we move on to event 124. This is the men's 200 metre IM. We have 5 heats this afternoon. This is heat 1. Lane 2, Jake Percy, South Lanarkshire. Lane 3, Daniel Hay, West Lothian. 4, Jacob Duncan from Highland. 5, Joshua Drainer from Inverleith. And 6, Nathan Geddy from Geary.
Well, next to nothing separate them. And entry times 2:29.20 to 2:29.90.
So on paper, it certainly should be a tight race.
It should be, but it never is, Jackie.
No, it never is. It never is. But, although it's pretty tight at the moment. After the first 25, I think. Lanes 4, 5 and 6 certainly in a line. As the boys come down to turn there. That's lane 6, Nathan Geddy. Jacob Duncan second, Joshua Drainer third. All in the 30.32 to 30.98. So not a lot in it between the three of them.
Yeah, less than
but after the turn there, look at this, Robert. There's a bit of a change. Daniel Hay had a cracking turn there and has now got himself up into first place. With Jacob Duncan beginning to fall off the pace there. But Daniel Hay, Nathan Geddy. Nathan, I think, will turn first here. Daniel Hay second. And Joshua Drainer in third as the boys transition into breaststroke at the halfway mark of this IM this afternoon. And we'll see what happens now. Already seen a change of leadership, so we may well see another one, depending upon the boys' strengths in breaststroke. But it is...
Yeah, we need something special from the guys further back. This looks Nathan Geddy and Daniel Hay. Looks like those two are going to be challenging for first and second, Jackie.
Certainly looks like that, and Nathan Geddy certainly moving away from the field. Looks very strong in the breaststroke here, doesn't he? So he's going to turn first. Coming up on the shoulders of Daniel Hay is Jacob Duncan. Jacob turning in third place there. There's about 2 seconds between each of these 3 places. So it's well. Can Nathan continue his lead here?
He's going looking further away, Jackie is.
He is. Looks pretty comfortable there, I think, Robert, as well, doesn't he? So this is going to go to Nathan. Daniel in second place and Jacob Duncan in third. I think that will be your 1, 2 and 3. There we go. Nathan Geddy's finish time 2:27.58.
That's a good 2 seconds inside that entry time, Jackie, so I'm
it
sure
is. Be pleased with that.
The lad will be very pleased with that one. So we move on to the second heat. All showing this time, Rory Calvert from first is in 0 rather. 1, Luke Littler, Derwent 2, Fraser McLaughlin, Elgin. 3, Logan Jackson, University of Aberdeen Performance. 4 is Finlay Bennett, South Lanarkshire. 5, Nikolai Sisnet, City Glasgow. 6, Nathan Wilson, Carnegie. 7, Kel Connolly from City Glasgow. In lane 8, Jerry Pruzukik from Heart of Midlothian. And in 9, in the Scout from Geary. Finlay Bennett, 2:27.98, has just the fastest entry time, through to 2:29.16.
Nikolai Sisnet had a very good start there, and he's leading the field. The 13-year-old from City of Glasgow, and an excellent meet up in Aberdeen recently at Snags,
Good, yeah.
and won a number of age group records there, as he continues to lead the field, although he is being challenged over in lane 0 by Rory Calvert, the first swimmer. Although Nikolai, I think, is continuing to hold him at bay. Yeah, Rory doing just a fade a little bit there towards the end of this backstroke section of the IM as Nikolai turns first. Nathan Wilson second, Rory Calvert in third. A second and a half between Nikolai and Nathan.
Nikolai's time comes from the National Age Group Championships, where he won that 2:28.01. And he's holding it pretty well together, Jackie. As there are half the swimmers trying to make headway, but they're not really making that much headway. Luke Littler over on the far side, probably best of the rest at the moment. That's Finlay Bennett and Nathan Wilson still well there. It's certainly Nicholas, isn't it? Looks as though he has this one under control at the moment. 150.84. Luke, Finlay and Nathan separated by about a second and a half. Dermot side swimmer at the moment holding second place, but he's not going to catch Nikolai. He's going pretty well, Jackie.
He is, yes. He's certainly, Luke Littler's certainly having a go. Look at the length of that stroke from Nikolai. This is his from the beginning of his race this afternoon.
Well, that was a gutsy swim from Nathan Wilson. He was way back about 5th, and he's come through strongly to snatch third. But
I don't think what we're seeing on the screen is the correct finish order. Robert, we'll just wait for that to be updated.
Yeah,
there we go. Nikolai Cisnat, Luke Littler and Nathan Wilson 1, 2 and 3. There's a little gremlin there in the results.
Nice wee PBs there for both Nikolai and for Luke. Nathan just a fraction over his entry time. But, good swims. Third heat.
Third heat, yes.
Ishmael Shalaby, Wonderbass is in 0-1. Tarn Murphy, Carnegie, teammate James Kilpatrick 2-3. Kieran Hayes, Aberdeen Amateurs 4. Oscars Churnside, Geary 5 is Luke Scott Dumfries 6. Benji Jeffries, South Aberdeenshire 7. Rowan Brown from Elgin 8. Carl MacArthur, Mulgang Bearsden and 9. Johnny Martin, Perth City. Blue cap perhaps Benji Jeffries, South Ayrshire, I think is our leader by some margin, Jackie.
He is, isn't he? That was a cracking first length for him. It's over a second and a half ahead of Rowan Brown there at the turn. So what can he do to build on that as we're on to the backstroke section? Continuing to lead the field is the South Ayrshire swimmer, Benji Jeffries, 16-year-old. Entry time here of 2:26.50. Over in lane 0, Ishmael Shalaby, Warren de Baths is in second at the moment. Benji is holding him off. He's going to turn first and then transition into the breaststroke. Looking pretty comfortable there, Robert, is Benji Jeffries. But,
good backstroke section from Ishmael. And he's certainly coming through very strongly in the breaststroke section, as is Oscar Chirnside in lane 4. Oscar really motoring now. Luke Scott trying to get Dawson to the mix in lane 5, but Oscar Chirnside's travelling very nicely, Jackie.
He is indeed, yes. And
Ishmael also
as
well
is
there.
Ishmael, yes, over in lane 0. So we'll see what the how the boys turn and head to for home. Benji's still up there. I think Benji's going to turn in third. Second there, Luke Scott in third. Boys all turned and head for home.
44.83 Ishmael and Oscar respectively, with Kieran Hayes 43.
Yeah. Ishmael, I think, over in lane 0, Robert, who has this one. Oscar Churnside in second. Benji Jeffries, I think, will get third here, but he's going to need to hold off the Dumfries swimmer, Luke Scott. I think he's going to manage that as Luke's going to run out of water. There we are.
Oscar Churnside 225.32, and Benji Jeffries 226.41. So a good PB there for Ishmael. Some 3.5 seconds almost faster than his entry time.
Okay. Right.
So we move on to.
I didn't know you knew that.
Archie MacArthur for lane 0, Inverclyde. 1, Cameron Gill from first. 2, Dan Hall, Aberdeen Performance. 3, Conor Aspinall, East Lothian. Teammate Ross Anderton is in 4. 5, Cameron Shaw first. 6, Tyler Stewart, South Lanarkshire. 7, Marcus Blake, City Glasgow. 8, Gagan Singh from City Peterborough. And 9, Benjamin Beale from Derwentsside. So after the first 50, Ross Anderton 29.01. Cameron Gill in second, Benjamin Beale third. So the Slovenian boy going pretty well in lane 4, coming through his teammate Conor Aspinall to challenge in lane 3. So the two Slovenian boys almost together. It's Conor Aspinall now, just edging ahead. Tyler Stewart's had a good swim on the backstroke section. So halfway, 105.79 for Conor. Ross and Tyler just a second or so further back. Cameron Gill in lane 1, also trying to get into the mixture. Tyler Stewart's going well in lane 6, coming through to challenge Conor Aspinall. So not much between them. Conor Aspinall still maybe with the advantage. Now Conor Stewart goes past him, and he's got a good body length clear. So Tyler Stewart 40.53 for that last 50. 147.91. Conor Aspinall coming back at him. And it's Tyler Stewart and Conor Aspinall well clear. Ross Anderton perhaps holding third, but Benjamin Beale's coming through very strongly in lane 9 to possibly get third. Tyler Stewart, Conor Aspinall. Conor Aspinall's got the at the end 221.61. Tyler Stewart 221.93, and Benjamin Beale takes third on 225.14. Oh, late surge there from Conor Aspinall coming up and getting at that. Finishing on 31.77 against Tyler Stewart's 34.02. So final heat. 0, Charlie Ward, Borough Stockton. 1, Luke Janssen, Warder Baths. 2, Cian Lee, City of Peterborough. 3, Fraser McIntosh, South Lanarkshire. 4, Ben Swan, Borough of Stockton. 5, Guy Pelosi, City Glasgow. 6, Alex Black from first. 7, Fergus Woodward, Portobello. 8, David Landman, City Glasgow. And 9 is Blair McKean from Bellsilshire. So a strong start in lane 7, Fergus Woodward from Portobello, 28.13. And the Portobello swimmer still has a nice advantage. Over the far side we have Cian Lee and Charlie Ward vying for second and third. At the moment, Fergus Woodward with a good start. Get up to halfway. As we transition over onto the breaststroke, you see that some of them flip over, some of them just touch and turn round. 103.77, almost 3 seconds ahead. And 2:17.82 is what's required to get into the B final this evening. Still Fergus, they're coming back in lane 4. Ben Swan from the Borough of Stockton has now gone into second. And it's tightened up. Fergus still with the advantage, but it's barely a second. Ben Swan, Luke Janssen, almost together, second and third. Well, they've got to come back effectively some sub 30 seconds. So I don't see them making a final, but it's all about winning the heat here. Well, Fergus Woodward's now just getting swapped up, and it's going to be lane 2, Ben and Luke. Well, not quite the other way around. It's Ben Swan, Cian Lee and Fergus Woodward. Wait for that just to be confirmed. And we have it, Ben Swan 2:22.57, Cian Lee 2:22.68, Fergus Woodward 2:22.74.
Okay, so we move on to. It's not right.
So I can say we move on. Olivia Colwell, City Glasgow, teammate DC Gildee. 5 is Maisie Mack, Billingham, and 6 Abby Barnstable, South Lanarkshire. 105.28 to 105.52 are the entry times in this one. And the outside lanes, Josie Grimes, Abby Barnstable. An advantage with Josie just. That's almost something like out of Ballamurray there.
Yes, I know. Yeah, so it is still advantage to Josie Grimes over on the far side of the pool.
It's the 2 outside lanes. Josie Grimes is going to take this, but Olivia Colwell flying for 3rd place probably. Well, she did actually get 6th. I thought she was going to get 3rd. Well done to Josie. Takes that in a 1:04.88. Olivia Colwell and Abby Barnstable almost together, 2nd and 3rd.
Okay, so don't think we have a full house here. I think Casey Dixon.
Yeah, Casey Dixon will show on this one. So we have Anna Lee Stirling swimming in lane 0. In lane 1, Ailey McNichol, Claire Northers. In 2, Sophia Filoni, Monifief. Empty lane in 3. In 4, Keelan Robinson, Lyric. In 5, Beth Craig, Aberdeen Archers. 6, Chloe Kirk, Mulgine Bearsten. In 7, Tyler Watson from the Highland Swim Team. 8, Amber Hinton, Dumfries. And 9, Lola Timmins, Borough of Stockton. So 104.90 through to 105.26, half a second cover them on entry times.
pretty much in a line at the moment, Robert.
We actually do have Casey Dixon. She must have made a late entry. Wasn't actually there at the time, so she goes in lane 3. But it's lane 5 with the advantage. Beth Craig, Aberdeen, going well. Chloe Kirk in 6. Taylor Watson in 7 is up there, and Anna Lee. 30.64 for Chloe. It's the Mulgai girl with the advantage, and came off very strong off the wall, Jackie.
She did, yes. She's swimming really well there in lane 6. Just taking the advantage now from her, however, is the Aberdeen swimmer Beth Craig. But Chloe is still up there, still battling away. Lane 0, Anna Lee from Stirling Swim, also swimming well. Really going to come down to the wall here. Who's going to get the touch? Went to Beth Craig, just ahead of Chloe Kirk. And over in lane 0, Anna Lee is your 3rd place. Here we are, Beth Craig, Chloe Kirk, Anna Lee, 1, 2 and 3.
So 3rd heat, in 0, Imogen Lowe, South Aberdeenshire. 1, Grace Campbell, Portobello. 2, Abigail Morton, Swim IT. 3, Emily Schofield from Stokesley. 4, Sophie Steele, South Ayrshire. 5, Jessica Thomas, Borough Stockton. 6, Naomi Wilson, Aberdeen, from Wonder Bass Club. 7, Olivia King, Aberdeen Dolphins. 7, so 8 is Isabel Kendall from Stirling Swimming, and 9, Kayla Johnson from Lerwick.
Pretty much in a line there, as after the first 25 metres. As the girls going to come up to the halfway mark here, I think it maybe we're in lane 5. Jessica Thomas in 1st, Naomi Wilson 2nd, and Olivia King in 3rd there. But not much between 1st and 4th places really. 30.62, 31.43. So it's who had took advantage of the turn there, but it's still lane 5, I think, Robert, isn't it?
Well, we've got the open water swimmer from East District in lane 1, travelling very nicely. Grace Campbell, can she challenge lane 5? Well,
like
she might actually get this, our open water champion in the 2 metre at East Districts. Grace Campbell, 104.45. She was East District champion a few weeks ago on Sunday the 4th of June, and won that trophy for being the fastest East District swimmer home. It's a very useless information to throw into our open
but event. A piece of information I would expect from the West District Open Water convener, Robert.
Well, I would hope so, and great
like
to see our East District swimmer Grace Campbell winning that heat. Well done, Grace.
So we move on to Heat 4, Lane 0, Riley McIntosh, Dundee City. 1, Ailey Melrose, Inverclyde. 2, Keisha McCormack, Scotia. 3, Amy Owenson from Best. 4, Millie Shaw, Billingham. 5, Rosie Liston, City of Glasgow. 6, Madison Stewart, University of Aberdeen Performance. 7, Sophie Allison, Western Bartonshire. 8, Bethany Irvin from Shetland. And 9, Isabel Fox, Derwentside. So at the halfway mark, Riley McIntosh, Sophie Allison, Madison Stewart, 1, 2 and 3, 30.52 for Riley there. But really motoring down the second half of this race. Lane 0, Riley McIntosh, the 14-year-old from Dundee City over there with the pink cap, distinctive pink cap there in the water. I think this is going to be hers. It's who's going to get second there. Lane 4, I think, Millie Shaw. Possibly. She's going to get the touch there. Yes, she does. Just ahead of Isabel Fox. So that was lane 0, lane 9 in the middle of the pool. That's where the action came from for that race there.
Great swim
Riley
from
McIntosh,
yeah.
103.27. Riley, one of the younger swimmers there, just 14 years of age. As we move on to the 5th heat.
Maya Rennard in 0, Aberdeen Dolphins. 1, Lexi Lamont, Aberdeen Amateurs. 2, Emma McGavin, South Lanarkshire. 3, Kirsty Breakin, Aberdeen Dolphins. 4, Andrea Cox, Dundee City Aquatics. 5, Emma Leggett, South Lanarkshire. 6, Emily Dickens, City Glasgow teammate Daisy McInnes. And 7, 8, Amelia Leslie, Stockport Metro. And 9, Perry Scobie, Stirling Swimming. 103.43 to 103.74. So again, we should have a tight contest in this one, Jackie. Pretty close indeed, at the moment.
Yeah. Looks like Daisy McInnes might just have the advantage there. Or Emily Dickens.
Perry Scobie going well at 9 though.
Oh, need to keep, yeah. Oh, Perry's got that at the halfway mark there. Emily Dickens second, Daisy McInnes third.
A good swim from Perry Scobie. She got a really good bit of momentum out the turn and is ploughing down over the far side. Maya Reynard is not to be outdone, and here comes the veteran of the heat, Andrea Cox, the Dundee City aquatic swimmer, is flying in lane 4. This is going to be a very tight finish. Andrea Cox might have just timed this perfectly, or does Perry Scobie get it? Andrea gets it, Perry, and over in lane 1. Lexi Lamont well there. Well, Andrea Cox 103.37. Perry Scobie 103.37. Well, I can't get any better than a joint first. Amelia Leslie 104.23. It was a blanket finish for the minor places, but great race, girls, Andrea and Perry.
And we move on to Heat 6, Lane 0, Mary Wood, University of Aberdeen Performance. 1, Tamia Schultz from Dumfries. 2, Jessica Kirkwood, University of Aberdeen Performance. 3, Katie Lowe, Glen Rothes. 4, Stella McCarty, City of Glasgow. 5, Shand Mohammed, City of Peterborough. 6, Caitlin Urquhart, Highland. 7, Veronica Mikola Juska from City of Peterborough, and 8, Millie Colvin, Dumfries, and 9, Georgia Clough from Billingham. So 102.70. The entry times for Stella McCarty and Shad Mohammed, and we go to 103.43.
That's Mary Wood, though, Jackie.
Mary Wood. Out there, over there on the lane 0, 20-year-old from the University of Aberdeen Performance Swimming.
She's got this wrapped up, Jackie. It's all about second.
It is indeed, isn't it? And that at the moment looks like it could be anybody's, Robert.
It's anybody's race.
Yes, But, possibly lane 1.
Yeah, Tamia Schultz.
But I'm not sure if she's going to just
second
hold that.
From lane 6.
In fact, no, it's going to be. Yeah, she did. Caitlin Urquhart, lane 6. Well called, Robert.
Trust
well
me, Jackie.
called.
Come on,
I
trust
should
me.
do. I should know for by now.
In fact, it was a dead heat. Stella McCarty also got third. 103.26. So joint thirds. That great swim from Mary Wood.
And this is the final heat of this event. So lane 0, Faye Prosser, Highland. 1, Anna Chachenko, City of Glasgow. 2, Alana McDonald, Stirling University. 3, Julie Dunn, South Ayrshire. 4, Safrina Machin, City of Glasgow. 5, Caitlin Frame from First. 6, Alice Ward, Borough of Stockton. 7, Madison Cool, University of Aberdeen Performance. 8, Millie MacArthur from South Lanarkshire. And 9, Megan Donovan, City of Peterborough.
Well, good to see Inverness swimmer Faye Prosser over in lane 0 competing at this. She's been doing some Masters events, 23 this year, and good to see her still swimming at this high level.
It is indeed. That's Lana McDonald, the 19-year-old from Stirling University, turns first at the halfway mark there. She continues to have the advantage as the field comes down to the final 25 metres. Yeah, and the battle's in for second place there. I think, as we just said a moment ago, it's very difficult to tell who this is going to be.
Madison's Cool, I think, has got this, Jackie, but
Caitlin
Frame's got this from lane 2 and 4.
Well, Lana McDonald, Safrina Machin, let's see, I'm not sure that's...
Caitlin Frame's got this, 102.17, Alana McDonald, 102.48 in lane 2 and in lane 4, Safrina Machin, 102.69, was third. So no one troubling the judges there for a B final.
Not at all.
They needed it inside 101 there. But some great swims nevertheless, girls. as we move on to the men's equivalent. Another packed afternoon, 7 heats ahead of us for this. 4 go in the first heat. Guy Pelosi goes in 3, City Glasgow. 4, Harris Sharp, Adrian Monkwoods. 5, Archie MacArthur, Inverclyde. And 6, Cole Morrison, Stirling Swimming. It's almost like a West District Championships, this one.
It is a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
All in entry times 59.39 to 59.52. Good start from Harris in lane 4. He has a foot advantage. If those youngsters know what distance a foot is, Jackie.
Well, I'm not so sure these days, Robert. I think we might be showing our age there by understanding what that means. But yeah, so there we go. Cole Morrison first, Harris Japp second, and Archie MacArthur in third at the halfway mark. Not a lot between these boys, but Cole Morrison continues to swim really strongly coming down into the closing 25 metres. I think he just has the advantage, but Harris is trying to get back there. Regain that. Coming up alongside Harris now, Guy Pelosi.
Archie flying at the death to try and get second, but I don't think so.
It's going to be Cole Morrison from Stirling Swimming in first there. 59.09. Sorry, I beg your pardon. 59.03. So that's within his,
that's a good
his
swim.
entry time. Good swim from him. And Harris Japp second, Guy Pelosi third. Close battle from the boys though. Nice to see that as we move on to heat number 2.
0, Ewan Maxwell, Warnerbass. 1, Ethan Mulligan, East Lothian Swim Team. 2, Adam McLaren, South Aberdeenshire. 3, Kyle Wall, City Glasgow. 4, Ewan Mitchell, South Lanarkshire. 5, Alexander Wiseman, City Stoke. 6, Dan Hall, Aberdeen Performance. 7, Rufus Bennett, City Peterborough. 8 is Fraser McLaughlin, Elgin. 9, Caelan Weir, West Lothian. Might just be lane 5 with advantage. Alexander Wiseman, Kyle Wong also going well.
Lane 7, Robert.
7, Rufus Bennett. 27.58 just takes it from Alexander Wiseman. Good turn from both those boys. They've just kicked on that little bit. Certainly lane 5 now. Alexander Wiseman, the Stoke swimmer, looking the stronger. Trying to get it with a late charge, Kyle Wong. This is Alexander's race. Rufus, I think, will be second, and Kyle Wong third. Well, it might be Kyle Wong in second. Kyle Wong's going to get not quite.
Showing Kyle Wong in first there, Robert. I'm not sure that's quite correct.
Alexander Wellman, Kyle Wong, and Rufus Bennett. 57.40 winning time, and about a second or so faster his entry time, so a great swim from Alexander. 0, we have Ben Montgomery, Stirling Swimming. 1, Lachlan Bremner, Highland Swim Team. 2, Stuart Sutton from Marlands. 3, Alfie Churches, City Glasgow. 4, Robbie Thompson, Shetland. 5, James Cowdrey, Highland Swim Team. 6, Rowan Brown from Elgin. 7, Calder Murphy Wart from Carnegie. 8 is Josh Stephen, Warner Bass Club. And 9, Benji Jeffries, South Ayrshire. 58.20 to 58.66.
Really good start there by Benji Jeffries in lane 9, Robert. We've seen Benji in action earlier today, haven't we?
We have indeed,
And
he's
doesn't seem to be
pretty well.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be suffering from his programme today.
Ben Montgomery though, 27.82 just takes it, and fast off the turn was Ben, and really giving it everything down this final stretch. Robbie Thompson from Shetland trying to get into the mix along with Alfie Churches in 3, and Benji Jeffries still well there. It's getting pretty tight in the final stretches. Ben Montgomery hanging on here from Robbie Thompson and Alfie Churches. It's going to be Alfie Churches and Robbie Thompson, I think, from Ben Montgomery, 58.08. Robbie Thompson, 58.22. And Ben Montgomery, 58.27. Ben and Alfie improving on their entry times there. Very strong finish there. Conor Brearley in 0. Dundee City Aquatics. 1, Ewan Walker, Glasgow University. 2, Rory Calvert. first. 3, Tom Jeffords from Red 96. 4, Blair McKean, Bellshill Sharks. 5, Cameron Gill, first. 6, Lewis Condy from Stirling University. 7, Ewan Gray, Cooper and District. 8, Stuart Morrison, Warner Bass Club. And 9, Cian Lee, City of Peterborough. Strong start from Lewis Condy, Stirling University in lane number 6. Here's maybe half a metre advantage. The rest of the field pretty much in a line. Ewan Gray, Cooper and District, and that black cap just at the side. In lane 7, might be turning second. He does. 27.34, Lewis with a half-second advantage. In lane 3, Tom Jeffers, Ren 96. Best of the rest on the far side. At the moment, it's tightening up. Lewis Condy, Stuart Morrison, and Cian Lee trying to get into the mix. It's still advantage with Lewis. But lane 3, Tom Jeffers coming through very strongly indeed. The Ren swimmer's got this one, or has he? It's lane 5. Lane 5, Cameron Gill, Tom Jeffers, Lewis Condy, and Cian Lee. Was Cameron Gill, 57.82. Tom Jeffers, 57.94. And Cian Lee, 58.30. Another cracking finish, Jackie.
It was indeed. That was a very strong finish by Cameron to get himself up and in front of the field and touch home first as we move on to heat number 5, lane 0. Ben McLaughlin from Geary. 1, Alex Tinch, Stirling Swimming. 2, Alexander Stewart from Highland. 3, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. 4, Ewan McLeod, South Lanarkshire. 5, Archie Smith from Aberdeen Dolphins. Lane 6, Vigo Savage from Bathgate. 7, John Mackay, Stirling University. 8, Jack Swindale, City of Peterborough. And 9, Cameron Shaw from First.
Alex Titch in lane 1 going well, along with Archie Smith, Aberdeen Dolphins. Also coming through in 7 is John Mackay, Stirling University. Oh, it's pretty tight. Archie Smith, 27.01. Half really a second cover 4 swimmers.
Does indeed, yeah, as the boys are coming into the last 25 metres of their race. And Alex Tinch over there in lane 1, Stirling Swimming, has recovered.
Jack Swindale, Jackie in 8.
Oh, lane 8 also swimming really well. Jack Swindale, I think Jack's going to take this. Alex will be in second. It's all about third now. I think that probably went to lane 4. Lane 7, in fact, according to the screen. But we'll just watch that. Jack Swindale first, Alex Tinch second, and John Mackay in third. A very tight race there. As we move on to heat 6. Lane 0, Tom Armitage, Highland. 1, Marcus Blake, City of Glasgow. 2, Callum Stewart, Highland. 3, Finlay Sang, City of Glasgow. 4, Torrin Levisage from South Aberdeenshire. 5, Titus Pike from Stirling University. 6, Lachlan Small, Stirling Swim. 7, Callum Gold, Aberdeen Dolphins. 8, Jack Simpson from South Lanarkshire. And 9, Richard Laws from Cooper. And the early lead there, I think, is lane 5, Robert, isn't it? Yeah. Titus Pike, the 19-year-old from Stirling University.
Finlay Sang coming through pretty well in lane 3. And very tight at halfway.
University Stirling swimmers, Titus Pike first, Finlay Sang second, and Torrin Levisage third. But nobody has it all their own way at the moment, because in fact Finlay Sang has now taken the lead, I think, ahead of the lane 5. Finlay he's himself just about a body length, and Titus is now finding himself having to push to get himself into second, but Finlay's going to take this first. Titus second, very tight for third, but it's Callum Gold.
I think Torrin Levisage was third in that one, Jackie.
It was indeed my mistake, yes. There we go. Finlay Sang first, Titus Pike second, and Torrin Levisage in third.
Final heat, heat 7, 0, Lewis McKean, Stirling University. 1, Murray Dixon, Stirling Swimming. 2, Magnus Morris, Red 96. 3, Alex Black from first. 4, Jonathan Bettner, Perth City. 5 is James Rory, Geary. 6, John Taylor, Aberdeen Performance. 7, Finlay Nelson, Dumfries. 8, Lucas Johnson, Aberdeen Performance. And 9, Fergus Curry, Ogan Beerstead.
Very good start there by the Dumfries swimmer Finlay Nelson in lane 7.
Jonathan Ventnor coming through well in 4, but Magnus Morris around 96 maybe just shades us at the moment. Alex Black coming in to the mix as well.
So there it is over the other side. Magnus Morris, James Bodie, Jonathan Venter in 1, 2 and 3. As Magnus continues to lead the field home. Battle goes on for second place. Alex Black. Everybody's being pushed now by Jonathan Venter.
This is Magnus, Jonathan and James.
Looks like it, doesn't it? There we go. To wait for that to be. Seems to be a bit of an issue with one of the pads there, I think, Robert. So we're not getting the correct order.
Yeah, it was James Bodie.
It was.
Yeah, I think we seem to have some problems with I think lane 5. Some of the touches seem to be a bit suspect.
Do indeed. And we're having to wait for those results to be confirmed. But they have indeed been confirmed. So we're now moving on to event 127. This is the turn of the ladies for the 100 metre breaststroke. We have 7 heats from this morning. Sorry, I beg your pardon. 7 heats of this afternoon, even.
I knew what you meant, Jackie. 5 this morning.
And this is heat 1. We have 3 swimmers here. Lane 3, Alexandra Miller from Foldhouse. Lane 4, Caitlin Peebles, East Lothian. And 5, Ailey Melrose from Inverclyde. So it's 100 metres for these ladies this afternoon.
Well, best start was Caitlin Peebles, but Alexandra Miller now coming through pretty strongly, Jackie.
She is indeed, yeah. And Ailey Melrose staying in touch with them as well. Not sure how often these girls will have the opportunity to do long course 100 metres breaststroke, but swimming very strongly there. Alexandra Miller finishes turning first, Caitlin Peebles second, and Ailey Melrose in third even. So Alexandra continues to swim well coming down. Now it's whether or not Caitlin can catch her. Caitlin's looking very strong there in the middle of the pool. But Alexandra looks very comfortable with her breaststroke and is moving away. Water between her and Caitlin. So I think your finish order this afternoon will be Alexandra Miller, Caitlin Peebles and Ailey Melrose. The entry times for these girls 1:26:20 through to 1:26:42 as Alexandra finishes in a time of 1:26:59. So around her entry time here this afternoon. And we move on to heat 2. We have 8 swimmers here. Lane 1, Leah Rafferty, Western Bartonshire. 2, Charlie Adams from Highland. 3, Gina Wren, City of Glasgow. 4, Daisy Gilday, also City of Glasgow, and her teammate Amelie McCusker goes in lane 5. Lane 6, Lucy McLeod from First. 7, Katie Anderton, East Lothian, and 8, Madison Cool, University of Aberdeen Performance. It was a good start there by the girls. Looks like Madison Cool has the advantage at this early stage, so the girls are going to come into the last 20 metres of their first length. And the 15-year-old from University of Aberdeen Performance, I think, will lead them into the turn here, but alongside her, Katie Anderson, Lucy McLeod. Or in fact, it looks like Lucy McLeod has now got the advantage. She's going to turn first, Katie Anderson second, and Madison Cool in third. But we need to keep an eye on lane 4. Daisy Gilday turned there in 4th place. And this is a good turn there. She's now got herself ahead of the field. And she turns and a good breaststroke there. Lucy McLeod. Very well. The University of Aberdeen performance swimmer Madison Cool has also got herself back up there. But it is the City of Glasgow swimmer Gina Wren, who's going to come through
gonna
now.
take this one.
It's pretty tight.
Madison Cool.
Madison Cool got that. Lucy McLeod, Gina Wren showing in 4th place. We'll just wait for those to be confirmed. Yep, she was indeed very tight at the end there. Madison Cool first, Lucy McLeod second, Katie Anderton in joint second, meaning Gina Wren goes into 4th place.
It just shows you get that finish spot on, and that's
Can make all the difference, can't
what
it?
it was, because 10 metres out, Madison Cool was never the fancy for that one. Betty Fisher-Keoghan 0 from Inverclyde, 1 Helen Black, Cooper District, 2 Rebecca Strachan, City Glasgow, 3 Katie Campbell, Aberdeen Dolphins, 4 Molly Irvin Watson, Dumfries, 5 Ciara Wiseman, City of Stoke, 6 Beth Craig, Aberdeen Amateurs, 7 Lauren Elder from Forfar, I think that's for Falcons, 8 Abby Mitchell, Elgin, and 9 Hannah Lindsay, South Lanarkshire. Great to see a swimmer from Forfar taking part in national events, Jackie. Just shows you the wide range of clubs that are competing now.
It is, yes. And some.
She's going very nicely indeed in lane 7 is Lauren. Halfway leader.
Very comfortable there, Lauren Elder. You say the Forfar
Falcons.
Forfar Falcons.
And she's still well in the far side. It's Betty Fisher-Keoghan, Rebecca Strachan. We're making a move. Katie Campbell also well there, and Abby Mitchell. Well, this is quite a race, Jackie.
It certainly is. It's changing all the time. 14-year-old Abby Mitchell from Elgin in that distinctive black and orange. Black and orange, yeah. I think. But it is over on the far side. It's lane 2. Rebecca Strachan, the City of Glasgow swimmer first, followed by Katie Campbell, and they're in 3rd place, Betty Fisher-Keoghan. What's concerned, 1:23.04. For those of you who might be interested, the swimmers would have to swim in a time under 1:17.91 to get themselves into the finals this evening. But they've got a lane, there's always a chance. And we move on to Heat 4, Lane 0, Tara Montgomery, Stirling Swim, 1 Lizzie White, Heart of Midlothian, 2 Caitlin Harnaby, Elgin, 3 Kezia McCappin, first, 4 Ellen Denny, Geary, 5 Leonie Young, Billingham, 6 Iona Henderson, South Lanarkshire, 7 Victoria Grabowska, West Dunbartonshire, 8 Rosie Stutchfield, Warren de Baths, and 9 Carolyn Ray, Stirling University. And line 9, I think, in fact, Carolyn Ray, a 19-year-old from Stirling University, is going to lead the field into the wall, possibly. No, that's changed again. Jackie. Lane 5, actually, Leonie Young. I was way off there, wasn't I, Robert? Rosie Stutchfield in 2nd and Victoria Grabowska in 3rd at the halfway mark. But now, as the girls have turned and head for home, you can see the pace is picking up. Let's see what's going to happen as Ellen Denny from Geary comes up alongside Leona Young from Billingham. But over in lane 1, Lizzie Wyke from Heart of Midlothian, also swimming well. Looks like she's got herself just the advantage. I think it's going to come down to who has the better finish here.
Ellen Denny.
But I think Ellen Denny was going to do that. No, Leona Young, Lizzie Wyke in 2nd, and Ellen Denny in 3rd.
Ellen Denny certainly was fast finishing, but it's getting those fingernails touching at the right point, and that was unfortunately what Ellen couldn't quite manage. Young, Lizzie Wyke, and Ellen Denny in that one.
Heat 5, lane 0, Kaja Masterman from Lerwick. Lane 1, Maya McCallum, Highlands. 2, Ella Cunningham, City of Glasgow. 3, Sarah Kay, South Aberdeen. 4, Grace Noonan, Milngavie and Bearsden. 5, Jessica Powell, Elgin. 6, Cara White, Ren 96. 7, Dara Denson, Molly Feith. 8, Katie Gillis, Renfrew Bath. and 9, Millie Colvin from Dumfries.
123.90 to 124.50, Jackie. So again, we should have another tight one.
Yeah, looks like it's the Milngine Bears Den swimmer, Grace Noonan, I think, taking the early lead here. Seen Grace in action already today. Up and alongside her, lane 8, Katie Gillis from Renfrew Baths. It's Katie's that turns first there, Grace Noonan second, and Zaria Denson in third.
Those are the times the previous heat. It's 123.08 to 123.80. So a wee bit faster, but those two swimmers going particularly well, Jackie.
And Grace, look at the lead that she has here. She's several body lengths ahead. I don't think she's going to lose this. It's going to be who's going to come in second. And the Elgin swimmer in lane 5, Jessica Powell, beginning to come through. But it is still Katie Gillis from Renfrew Bath who's in second place. Jessica Powell is coming through into third now. But it's the Milngine Bears Den swimmer Grace Noonan who's going to take this afternoon. Does so in a time of 1:19.70, followed by Katie Gillis and Jessica Powell in the second and third.
Cracking swim, that. Over 3 second improvement, Jackie.
Yep,
time.
Well pleased, Grace will be pleased with that.
Yeah.
And we move on to heat 6.
As Adam just put his arm in the air to say what a cracking swim she did there for her.
Good to see.
Yeah.
Good to see.
So we have Victoria Weir from first in 0-1. Ivina Casapiris, the older sister of Iona in lane 1 from Carnegie. 2, Amelia Burrell from Glenrothes. 3, Lexi Lamont, Aberdeen Amateurs. 4, Isabel Kendall, Stirling Swimming. 5, Natasha Cooper from Warner Bass Club. 6 is Caitlin Urquhart from Highland Swim Team. 7, Rebecca Matheson, Edinburgh University. 8, Anna McCarty, Inverclyde. And 9, Ailey McNichol from Glenrothes.
It was a good start there by the swimmer in lane 7, Rebecca Mathewson. She's got the lead at the moment. The girls come into the halfway mark. Anna McCarty, the 13-year-old from Inverclyde, right up alongside her. Natalie Cooper in third. So let's see as the girls have all turned now and head for home.
Rebecca's still going well, Jackie. But can we tighten up a wee bit? Anna McCarty's not outdone with here.
She certainly isn't. She's coming up alongside Rebecca
swim.
Mathewson, isn't she? Swimming really well is the young 13-year-old. Right up on the shoulders of the Edinburgh University swimmer. Oh, it's all going to come down to who has the better finish here. Is it going to be Anna? Oh, no, she was just touched out there by Rebecca. Rebecca Mathewson first, Anna McCarty second, and Amelia Burrell in third. That was a
good swims from both girls, improving their times by best part of a couple of seconds. So cracking race, and I think they're both big smiles, high five. That's what we want to see in the pool. Both girls giving themselves a high five. Well done, ladies. So that's what it's all about, Jackie.
Oh, it is indeed. It's lovely to see. Yep. Healthy competition. So, final heat of this event. Lane 0, Eden Fraser from the University of Aberdeen Performance. Lane 1, Ava Ross, City of Glasgow. Lane 2, Kira Hart, Scotia. 3, Lily Mundell, Heart of Midlothian. 4, Ella Wood, Forfar. 5, Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow. 6, Elizabeth Morgan, Highlands. 7, Daisy McInnes, City of Glasgow. 8, Grace Hannock, East Lothian. And 9, Cassie Wiper from South Lanarkshire. It's the centre of the pool. Alice Cumming, the City of Glasgow swimmer, who has taken an early lead. We've seen Alice, she was swimming this morning, I think, Robert, wasn't she? And had a good swim.
And it was the IM that she swam in.
It was indeed,
and she performed really, really well. So fingers crossed that breaststroke of hers, which has always been pretty good, maybe slipped back a little bit this last few months, but maybe she's getting it back to where it should be. And she's gone up very strongly, 37.08.
It certainly looks like she has with her performance this afternoon, but she'll need to keep an eye on the swimmers around her. Lane 4, Ella Wood, trying to get up on alongside her, but Alice is responding and continues to lead the field. But over in lane 0, Eden Fraser.
Oh, she's
We
really
need to
travelling.
watch what she's doing.
Alice still getting plenty of momentum down the final stretch. She's not going to get a 1:17, but it's going to be a pretty decent time for her.
Yep. That's Alice coming. Eden Fraser in
And
second.
lane 9, Cassie Wiper, I think, was second. Was third.
She was indeed the South Lanarkshire swimmer.
1:20.52 for Alice. Well, it looked faster than that, Jackie.
It does, didn't it?
Still inside her entry time, so she'll be pleased with that. And certainly got a big smile on her face, which is
That's all
nice
we
to
want.
see. That's what we want to see.
That's what we want.
Yeah, well done, Alice.
Okay, so it's now the turn of the men's, I beg your pardon. 100 metre breaststroke, he meant 1:28. And we have 4 heats of this 100 metre breaststroke. This is heat 1 in lane 1, Finlay Brown, East Lothian. 2, Joe Crawford, Scotia. 3, Ben Gray, Inverleith. 4, Jedrid Brajowski, Heart of Lothian. 5, Liam McRae, Highland. 6, Ross Griffiths, Lerwick. 7, Ian Henderson, South Lanarkshire. And lane 8, Aaron Mitchin, City of Glasgow. So Aaron's the youngest swimmer in this heat, just 13 years of age.
Runner up at
An
North
entry.
Districts, Jackie. That's where his entry time 1:18.95 comes from.
Is it? Right. North Districts or Snags, did you say?
Snags.
Right, yes.
Going well
So
in
coming
5.
Yeah, lane 5, Liam McRae turning first there, Finlay Brown second, and Ian Henderson in third. 13-year-old Aaron just in fourth and behind Ian there. Swimming really well coming down is lane 1, Finlay Brown. Whether or not he can get himself up on... I think he's going to... Actually, I think he's probably got the lead now ahead of Liam McRae. Swimming really motoring down this final length here as he comes into the closing stages of his race. Finlay Brown will be first, Liam McRae second. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe I look, that's the South Lanarkshire swimmer. In fact, it was City of Glasgow swimmer according to the screen. It was pretty tight at the end there, so before I say anything, I'm going to just wait and see. Yeah. Finlay Brown first, Ian Henderson second, Liam McRae third, and Aaron Machin just touched out by Liam there.
But nevertheless improves on his entry time.
It does indeed.
On to our second heat. 0, Luke Scott, Dumfries. 1, Liam Black, Cooper and District. 2, Jonathan Cummings, coming from Finns. 3, Owen Reid, Billingham. 4, Hamish Coates, Best. 5, Charlie Ward, Burris Stockton. 6, Conor Aspinall, East Lothian Swim Team. 7, Ben Grant, City Glasgow teammate. Yusuf Ibrahim, also. And in 9, Fraser Walker from line 96. Well, I think this is our first Finn swimmer in lane 2, being represented for team from Kirkcaldy.
Yes, I think you're right, Robert. I don't think I've seen that name so far today. So yeah, just reiterating the point you made earlier, just shows the extent and breadth of clubs that are attending this meet this weekend, doesn't it? And it's nice to see. There's Hamish Coates there turning first. Beg your pardon, Robert. Ben Grant in second. And Owen Reid was in third there at the halfway mark.
It's like Owen's coming through to challenge here, Jackie. Maybe just
yes.
gone a fraction ahead of Hamish. All pretty tight behind for the minor places. But Hamish is coming back at Owen. And a little between the two, but Owen's holding up. Owen and Hamish, that's going to be 1-2. And I think Jonathan Cumming will get third. It's tight for third, so it's maybe lane 7.
No, you called it right. There you go.
Well, much 800s between them. Jonathan Cumming from Finns takes third. Owen Reid, 1:15.15, 1:15.69. Good race between these two guys. I think we're looking for something sub 10 or something. Or
yeah, 109.16. I think we'd need to go sub that to be swimming again this evening. Looks like we have a swimmer missing here in lane 2, Jake McKenzie. So this is heat 3, lane 0, Carl Connolly, City of Glasgow. Lane 1, Heclava Singh from Scotia, empty lane 2. Lane 3, Aidan Bruce, Aberdeen. Lane 4, Jake Percy, South Lanarkshire. Lane 5, Luca Hall, Borough of Stockton. 6, Calvin MacDonald, University of Aberdeen Performance. 7, Finlay Bennett, South Lanarkshire. 8, Sam Ross, Warren de Baths. And 9, Taryn Murphy from Carnegie. And I think it's lane 6 possibly. Calvin MacDonald is going to turn first. And behind him, the board hasn't picked up any of that, but I think it is lane 6. That was indeed Calvin MacDonald, Finlay Bennett second, and Luca Hall in third. So let's see, as Calvin MacDonald continues to lead the field, coming into the final 15 metres.
Bruce looks good for second, Jackie, but dominating this one is Calvin MacDonald.
Yeah, the battle's really on for third place there, but I think it's going to come from, and indeed it does, lane 5, Luca Hall, finishing in third place there, in a time of 1:14.71. So an improvement for Luca. Calvin as well. No, it's not Calvin. Good swimmer for him. Knocked 3 seconds off of his entry time. He will be pleased with that.
All 3 swimmers inside their entry time, Jackie, so good to see that.
So as we move on to the final heat of this event. Lane 0, Adam Hill, Stirling Swim. 1, Lewis Graham, Stirling University. 2, Taylor Sinclair, Elgin. 3, Tyler Stewart, South Lanarkshire. 4, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. 5, Ben Montgomery, Stirling Swimming. 6, Karen Chapman, Glen Rothes. 7, Archie Smith, Aberdeen Dolphins. Callum MacArthur from Milngine Bears Den goes in lane 8, and lane 9 is Ewan Walker from Glasgow University. I don't think I've seen anybody from Glasgow University today so far. Was there? There was one earlier on, right. Yeah. Okay, so it's lane 5,
lane 1.
2. Oh, lane 1, I beg your pardon. Lewis Graham, Ben Montgomery second, and Tyler Stewart in third there at the halfway mark.
I don't think we're going to worry about a 1:09-ish in this one either, Jackie.
No, I don't think so, Robert, but
the race is certainly on now. Tyler Stewart, South Lanarkshire, coming through to challenge Lewis Graham, Jackie.
He is indeed, isn't he? And looks like he's going to do so successfully, as Tyler Stewart moves himself ahead of the field, ahead of Lewis Graham. Lewis is going to hang on to second, and it's all going to be about who's going to finish third, possibly Lewis Gibson there, a South Ayrshire swimmer, finishing third, but we'll just wait for the results to be confirmed. Oh, there we go. So Tyler Stewart, Lewis Graham and Lewis Gibson, 1, 2 and 3. And we move on to the speedier part of the afternoon's programme with the 50 metres. So the swimmers have made their way up to the far end of the pool, and we have 8, 9 heats of this for the women this afternoon, the 50 metre backstroke. And we start with heat 1, of which we have 3 swimmers. Emily Schofields from Stokesley, Maya McCallum from Highland, and Lois Herdman from Inverclyde. I think all 3 of them are there, as the officials just organise the backstroke starts for this event this afternoon. And we will get underway just shortly.
I'll need to do my homework, Jackie, and find out where Stokesley is. It's,
yeah, I'm not sure either.
New club on me.
Stokesley. It's obviously, I believe it'd be south of the border. I mean, I would be tempted to suggest it's around Stoke-on-Trent, that sort of thing, but probably be completely wrong.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if it's about 50 miles, 60 miles at least away from Stoke.
Thanks, Robert. I'm just going to do a wee Google check here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
See what we can find.
Well, Emily's off to a good start in lane 3. Alice Herman and Verclyde. The two of them have the race at the moment between them. Very, very close. Emily in the blue cap in 3. White cap of Inverclyde, Lewis Herman. And it might just be the Stokesley swimmer who's going to take this one. She's going to take that. I think Maya McCallum has gone up to get second ahead of Lewis Herman, 35-25.
And Stokesley is in Middlesbrough.
Yeah, well, it's more than 60 miles from Stoke.
It is indeed, yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I didn't say geography was my strongest point.
And it does surprise me. It's in the sort of northeast of the country because we've got so many swimmers coming in from that neck of the woods up to our championship. So
It's good to see them, and
Yeah.
challenging us to work out where these guys are coming from, as we in fact have somebody from the city of Stoke in the next heat.
Yeah, I know where that one
Heat
is.
2, lane 0, Rebecca Somerville, 1, Kira Wiseman, 2, Caris Mooney, 3, Thea Glenn, 4, Beth Manson, 5, Lucy Morgan, 6, Jessica Rieck, 7, Hannah Anderson, and 8, Isla McKinnon.
I'll give you another one, Jackie. Pioneer 67.
Pardon?
Pioneer 67, I think, is a club.
All right.
We'll let you worry about that one later.
Pioneer 67. Right, I'm certainly challenged with that one, Robert. So, lanes 2, Caris Mooney, City of Glasgow swimmer, has the early lead here. Looking very strong over there in lane 2. Kira Wiseman from the City of Stoke up alongside her, but it's going to be the Elgin swimmer, Beth Manson, I think, is going to take second here.
Indeed.
As Caris finishes. Beth Manson in second, and Lucy Morgan, the University of Aberdeen performance swimmer, in third place. In fact, no, that's been adjusted now. Again, I think we're looking at some difficulties with the pads here, but it's Caris Mooney 1, Beth Manson second, and Thea Glenn in third. Where are we?
Gate 3, Ellen Denny, Ciara Bain, Rachel McGavin, Tara McGillary, Lily Mandel, Eva Gallagher, Heather Clubb, Lara Shannon, Julie Dunn, and Lisa McNair. $34.74 to $35.02, Jackie. Barely a third of a second cover all the field. A good strong start in 4 from the Harps lass, Lily Mandel.
Yep, we've
Very
seen her
strong
swimming
start.
earlier today, haven't we? The 13-year-old. She's
Yeah.
pretty big program for her today, certainly. And looking very strong there in the centre of the pool.
She does.
She's certainly going to be, she's going to take this. Second place will go to Rachel McGavin, I believe.
7.
Possibly, yep. And
Lara
Lara
Shannon.
Shannon in third. That's what it's showing on the board on the screen just now, Robert. So let's see that we've. I think we probably have called it correctly.
Right. I think that's right, Jackie. What do you mean probably called it right?
There we go. We did indeed. We did indeed. I'll just jump on the bandwagon of calling things right like you do. Yeah. Lisa McNair finishing in fourth there. That's Susie McNair's sister. Saw Susie swimming this morning, and I think just a couple of races this afternoon as well. So heat 4, lane 0, Aileen Nerona, lane 1, Maddie Barber, 2, Kira Gregg, 3, Emma Simpson, 4, Freya Keelan, 5, Abigail Hill, 6, Yasmin McCallum, 7, Sophie Allison, 8, Katie Wells, and 9, Juliet Kidd. As the girls come up from their underwater work.
Maddie Barber, Highland swim team over in lane 1.
Yes.
Got a lot of distance out before she surfaced, about 12 metres. It's pretty close
It is. She's got it just at the moment,
She
though,
has.
Robert, hasn't she?
She looks as though she just has that from Kira Gregg.
But, it's all going to come into the finish.
Katie Wells is third, Carnegie swimmer. So Kira Gregg from Faulthouse is up to get second. Maddie Barber from the Highland Swim Team, 34.01. So good PBs for the first three home there.
Yes, indeed, as we move on to Heat 5. Lane 0, Leah Rafferty, 1, Freya Mason, 2, Evie Heslop, 3, Olivia King, 4, Chloe Kirk, 5, Leonie Bedborough, 6, Laurie Joyce, 7, Sophie Steele, 8, Gemma Coots, and 9, Beth Craik.
34.07 to 34.31.
Oh, really not much in this, eh?
No.
This is going to be close, Robert. There we go. Making good use of the underwater. Lane 0, lane 1.
Yeah.
Leah Rafferty, Freya Mason. Leah Rafferty, I think, has just got the advantage at the moment.
Chloe Kirk coming through very strongly in four though, Jackie.
She is, yes. Chloe
it's
Kirk. She's
Chloe Kirk's
very
got this
close.
one.
She has
Lane
indeed.
5 and
Yep.
1.
Leonie Bedborough and Evie Heslop. That's that confirmed. 33.84 for Chloe. So that's an improvement on her entry time. She'll be pleased with that this afternoon. As we move on to Heat 6. Lane 0, Caitlin Parnaby, 1, Jessica Ridley, 2, Ella McGeorge, 3, Anna Lawson, 4, Casey Dixon, 5, Ailey McNichol, 6, Amelia Leslie, 7, Molly Weir, 8, Madison Stewart, and 9, Chloe Merson. So the entry times here, 33.75 to 34.07. So again, not a lot separates these girls on the basis of their entry times. So this is going to be pretty tight here, I think. It's difficult, but swimming well over in lanes 0, lane 1. Caitlin Parnaby, Jessica Ridley. Jessica's just got the advantage. They're in lane 1 as we come into the closing meters of this race for the girls this afternoon. Jessica Ridley will take this.
Casey Dixon maybe second.
Casey Dixon second, and Chloe Merson, I think, in lane 9 in third. There we are. Jessica Ridley, Casey Dixon, Chloe Merson. Here 1, 2, and 3.
Nice to see Chloe Merson back in the pool. A good swim.
She's been out for a while, Robert.
Yeah, she's been out, and good to see her back competing. Alexander Miller, Faulthouse Penguins in 0, 1, Natalie Cooper, Warner Bass, 2, Ashley Drakes, Warner 3, Shadi Mohammed, City Peter 3, Kira Hart, Scotia 5, Eva Gordon, City Glasgow 6, Caitlin Peebles, Estonian 7, Taylor Smith, St Thomas 8, Caitlin Hamilton, South Lanarkshire, and 9, Cara Gumbel, round 96.
It's right to say 0.3 of a second separate these all these girls on the basis of their entry times. So let's have a look. Lane 2, Ashley Drake, Warrender Bath swimmer, but she's just been overtaken by her teammate Natalie Cooper. They're all very tight over on the first side. I think it's going to be Warrender Baths 1 and 2.
And in lane 0, Alexander Miller, very close. Caitlin Peebles just got up to take third from Alexander Miller. You're right. On that far side, the 2 Warner swimmers, 1, 2, 33.05, 33.56. Good swim from Natalie. Half a second inside her entry time. So on to our penultimate heat. 0, Hannah Anderson, South Lanarkshire. 1, Emily Dickens, City Glasgow. Teammate Abigail Crawford. 2, 3, Perry Scobie, Stirling Swimming. 4, Amber Littlejohn, Aberdeen Performance. 5, Naomi Wilson, Warner Bass. 6, Bethany Evans, Shetland. 7, Anna McNeil, Aberdeen Performance. 8, Victoria Grabowska, Western Bartonshire. And 9, Elizabeth Morgan, Highland Swim Team. No swimmer goes in 7.
Oh, empty lane 7, right. So,
Maybe just
again,
lane 4, Jackie, but
looks,
tight over in
yeah, tight
Hannah
over on the
Anderson's
side.
doing well.
Yeah, Hannah Anderson, I think she may just have the advantage there, Robert. But all very difficult to tell. Currently in comes Abigail Crawford, City of Glasgow, Naomi Wilson.
A Little John, Abigail Crawford and Emily Dickens maybe. Very Scobie
According to the screen. That was very tight, very difficult to
tight,
call that
yeah.
one. Amber, indeed the screen was correct. Amber Littlejohn, Abigail Crawford and Perry Scobie on your 1, 2 and 3. So we move on to the final heat of this event. Lane 0, Rosie Liston, City of Glasgow. 1, Caitlin Reid, Warren de Bath. 2, Lucy McLeod, first. 3, Timia Schultz, Dumfries. 4, Zuzia Smith, first. 5, Lily MacArthur, South Lanarkshire. 6, Jessica Kirkwood, University of Aberdeen Performance. 7, Abby Kane, Stirling University. 8, Rebecca Schulman, also Stirling University. And 9, Annabelle Bevan, Nexus. Where's Nexus from?
I have no idea.
There's another club.
But you'll find out, Jackie, and let us all know very soon.
Yeah, I'll Google it in just
You'll
a wee
Google it
moment.
in a wee moment.
Yes, there you
Yeah.
go. So back to the pool. Lane 1, Caitlin Reid, the 14-year-old from Warren de Bath, really swimming well there. She's about a body length ahead of the rest of the field. As she comes into the closing stages of this 50 metres for her, she will take this one. Very tight in behind her, but possibly Lucy McLeod, indeed it was, and Zuzia Smith in 3rd place. Wait for that to be confirmed. Caitlin Reid, Lucy McLeod, Zuzia Smith, and that completes the women's 50-metre backstroke this afternoon. And we move on to event 130, and it's the turn of the men at the same distance, same stroke, with 6 heats.
Jackie,
And I'm just going to go and Google that.
And I'm going to say that it's outside of the United Kingdom.
Yeah, I think it must be, because it's Google's not really coming up with anything to help me.
Yeah.
So we'll find out later on this afternoon. I'm sure there'll be somebody who knows.
Someone will know.
Oh, beg your pardon. We're just being told it's in Aberdare. So thank you very much for
that.
that.
Thank you very much for
much
that
appreciated.
useful information. At least we were correct saying that it was not in the UK. We get 9 out of 10 for that, Jackie.
Well, we tried, Robert. We tried. We did. So this is heat 1 of the men's 50-metre backstroke. We have lane 0, Nathan Geddy from Geary. Lane 1, Kieran Chapman, Glenrothes. 2, Aaron Dunn, City of Glasgow. 3, Miller Cunningham, Glenrothes. 4, Ben McLaughlin, Geary. 5, Harris Japp, Airdrie. 6, Boyd Harper, Forfar. 7, Michael Winship, City of Glasgow. And 8, Liam Black, Cooper. Oh, and I think it's lane 1. Kieran Chapman, the 16-year-old from Glenrothes, just has a very small advantage over the field here. It's whether he can hold this into the closing stages, because lane 7, Michael Winship challenging him. Michael got that one. Michael Winship, Kieran Chapman, Harris Japp, 1, 2 and 3. Finishing time there, 32.03. So improvements on their entry times. 28.91 we're looking for, sub 28.91 to be swimming again at this event this evening. As we move on to heat 2.
Adam McLaren, Lavia Singh, 0 and 1. 2, Harry McIntosh. 3, Stephen Lawless. 4, Daniel Combray. 5, Sky Kabushka. And 6, Daniel Hay. 7, Max Miller. 8, Finlay Brown. And 9, Ashton Kerridge.
Next, from the other side of the pool now, lanes 1 and 2. Nikolai Singh, Harry McIntosh. Harry McIntosh, lane 2 there, has the advantage, the 18-year-old from Portobello. think he's going to take this.
Daniel
Lane
Conway
4.
and Finlay Brown perhaps second and third.
Let's wait for that to be confirmed there. There we go. Beg your pardon. Harry McIntosh, Daniel Convery and Finlay Brown. 1, 2 and 3 in that second heat of the afternoon in this event. As we move on to the third heat, lane 0, Kyle Simpson, Monifeith, 1, Jamie Gilchrist, South Lanarkshire, 2, James Stewart, Scotia, 3, Alex Taylor, East Lothian, 4, Kyle Mossman, City of Glasgow, 5, Jake Mackenzie, University of Aberdeen Performance, 6, Alfie Churches, City of Glasgow, 7, Sam Ross, Warren de Bath, 8, Rory McIver, South Aberdeen, and 9, Ross McGee, South Lanarkshire.
I'm still waiting to see him Montrose Seals appearing, Jackie.
Well, there's time. I think we have an empty lane 5. We do indeed. There's no summer in lane 5. Lane 2, James Stewart, the distinctive green cap there, had a lead, but he's been overtaken by the Monifeith swimmer Kyle Simpson over there in lane 0. And looks like Kyle still continues to have the lead. South Lanarkshire swimmer Jamie Gilchrist, I think, is going to take second. Jamie just being touched out there by Kyle Mossman. So Kyle Simpson first, Kyle Mossman second, and Jamie Gilchrist, oh, I beg your pardon, it's been correct, is joint second for Jamie Gilchrist and Kyle Mossman. Seeing Sam Ross finishing in 4th.
SPB for Kyle, getting under 32. By quite a good margin.
Indeed.
Oscar Churnside in 0 from Geary 1, Titus Pipes, Stirling University 2, Michael Skakel, Inverclyde 3, Ewan Gray, Cooper District 4, James Cowdrey, Highland Swim Teams 5, Kieran Hayes, Aberdeen Amateurs 6, Cameron Shaw first, 7 is Cole Morrison, Stirling Swimming 8, Ethan Mulligan, East Lothian Swim Team and 9, Adam Hill, Stirling Swimming. 31.16 to 31.51. Good start, I think, in lane 1 there from Titus Pipe. Also well there in 4, James Cowdrey, Island Swim Team. It's lane 1, Oscar Churnside in 0. Michael Skakel also trying to get into the mix here. Very tight on that far side, Jackie. It's Titus Pipe with the advantage. Michael Skakel, that's the 1-2, and then lane 8, Ethan Mulligan. Well, it was tight. We won't worry about 100th of a second. It was tight. Excuse the pun, Titus winning that 31.47. Ethan Mulligan 31.56 and Michael Skakel 31.57. It was a tenth of a second between the first 3.
It was very tight there, indeed. So heat 5, the penultimate heat. Lane 0, Aaron McDowell, Swim IT, Ben Gray, Inverleith, Ewan McLeod, South Lanarkshire, Aaron Drake, Warren de Bath, Jedriz Projowski, Heart of Midlothian, Ben Swan, Borough of Stockton, Luke Scott, Dumfries, Connor Brearley, Dumsey City, Josh Stephen, Warren de Bath, and Jed Armitage from Stirling. So really, again, we're looking at very close entry times here. But I think it's lane 2, Ewan McLeod from South Lanarkshire, who has the advantage. Lane 0, Aaron McDowell, swimming well. Need to keep an eye on the pink cap over near us, Connor Brearley. Connor Brearley got there into second, Ewan McLeod first. Connor Brearley second. Just wait for, there we go, Ben Swan in 3rd. So very tight there, 31.12. Not quite an improvement on entry times, but again, as we've spoken before, these can be short course conversions. So move on to the final heat of this event. Lane 0, Kagan Singh from City of Peterborough, Kai Fan, Aberdeen Dolphins, Carl Wong, City of Glasgow, Ishmael Shalaby, Warren de Bath, his teammate Harry Sharp in lane 4, Blair McKean, Bells Hill, lane 5, 6, John Mackay, Stirling University, 7, John Taylor, University of Aberdeen, 8, Rowan Brown, Elgin, and 9, Alex Tinch from Stirling Swim. And this guy's here 30 exactly through to 30.64. So we'd expect to see this very close. Possibly, probably.
Jackie, perhaps.
Yeah, looks like it's the 14-year-old
Yeah.
Kai Fern, but he's
Sharp.
been taken by Harry Sharp, who's going to touch first there, finishing at a time of 29.68, touching out Kai Fern, who touches in second place, and Ishmael Shalaby is in third. So there we go, completes that. The 50-metre backstroke for the men this afternoon. And we move on to the 200-metre butterfly. We have 2 heats in both the women's and men's events this afternoon. We had a few more heats than that this morning, didn't we? I think we had 4 or 5 maybe at this distance. And we spoke about how there's been some reluctance, I think, on the part of swimmers to get themselves involved in a 200-metre butterfly. But we are beginning to see the numbers coming back.
Yeah, coming back a little bit, Jackie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is heat 1, lane 1. Myron McPhee, Foldhouse. Lane 2, Neve Reid, Bucky. 3, Ellie Tetlow, Geary. 4, Charlotte Craig, Ren 96. 5, Lizzie White, Heart of Midlothian. 6, Leah Carey, South Aberdeen. 7, Isla Stewart, Carnegie. And 8, Tessa Boyd from Geary. So the girls' entry times here range from 2:52.02 to 2:55.90. Some 15-year, there's a 12-year-old here, the Ren 96 swimmer Charlotte Craig goes in lane 4. She's just 12 years of age. With her competitors being 15, 16 and 18. So we'll see what Charlotte can do this afternoon. Certainly have seen her swim pretty well at West Districts.
Yeah.
So it's lane 6.
Nice camera shot coming in. Leah Carey from South Aberdeenshire.
She turns first at the halfway mark. Second place Neve Reid, Ellie Tetlow in third. Still another 100 metres to go, of course. So whether or not any of these girls have gone out too fast.
All a question of trying to keep it together. As you say, don't go out too fast in the first 100.
But fast enough that you're ahead of the game.
Yeah, give yourself every chance. Give something in reserve. And Ellie Tetlow from Geary. And lane 3 coming through quite nicely, along with Lizzie White from Hearts.
There's going to be Leah Carey, who turns first and heads for home. Time there 2:02.15. Leah's entry time 2:54.70. So she'll be looking to get herself back and touching before inside that time this afternoon.
Certainly looking strong enough to get under 250 now, Jackie. She's keeping it together pretty
Good
well.
Pace, yes.
I think both girls will be sub 250, which is psychologically a good start.
Mind you, we need to keep an eye on Ellie Tetlow.
Yes.
Certainly looked like she was challenging Leah there, but Leah, I think, responded to that. So we have our first 3, Leah Carey, Ellie Tetlow and Lizzie White. Our 12-year-old Charlotte Craig finishing there in a time of 2:57.03 in 4th place. There we go.
Madam McPhee completes.
And that completes heat number 1. So heat 2, Megan Mackay, Highland. 1, Isla Kay, South Aberdeen. 2, Alexandra Miller, Foldhouse. Her teammate Lauren Brolly goes in lane 3. Their teammate Kira Gregg in lane 4. Lane 5, Abby McMillan, City of Glasgow. 6, is Beth Manson from Elgin, 7 Ella Wood, Forfa, 8 Beth Kelly, Warren de Baths, and 9 Cara White, Ren 96. So a bit more spread out here with entry times 2:45.61 through to 2:51.07.
3 penguins in this one, Jackie.
There is indeed, yes. 3 swimmers from Fold House Penguins. Good to see. Their program obviously includes some work on the butterfly.
Yeah, they're not allowed to escape not doing butterfly or distance events over there.
I thought you were about to say something as penguins. They weren't allowed to escape.
No. It's
Right.
part of the curriculum over there. Like some of the clubs, kind of like Geary, Ren 96 would be another one that do a lot of distance stuff.
And as we spoke about earlier, they can have red or white caps, can't they?
Yeah,
and it's a red-capped Fold House Penguin, Kira Gregg, who turns first there at the halfway mark, closely followed by Beth Manson from Elgin in the distinctive black, and I've decided it's orange writing on that.
Yeah, okay.
But maybe I need to go to Specsavers, so who knows?
Yeah.
Beth Manson is really beginning to motor now. I think she's got herself up alongside Kira Gregg and has the advantage. We'll check at the turn. Beth Manson looking very strong there. I think she is going to turn first and head for home. Just ahead of Kira. Really not a lot in that. 1:58.67 to 2:00.47. So not much. So can Kira respond to Beth and get herself back ahead in front of the field? Certainly a lot of noise coming from fellow teammates at the side of the pool here, encouraging these girls. But I think it will be Beth Manson.
Yeah.
She's looking very strong there and has got about at least a half a body length ahead of Kira Gregg. And in behind Kira is Alexandra Miller over there in lane 2. I think that will be your 1, 2 and 3 this afternoon. Beth Manson, Kira Gregg and Alexandra Miller. Very close there at the touch for second and third place, but it did go to, I think, Kira, although the board's showing me at the moment joint first, so and joint third. So we'll just wait for the results to be confirmed. It looked to me like there was a gap between Beth and there we go. It's the results have been confirmed. Beth Manson, Alexandra Miller, and Kira Gregg are your 1, 2, and 3 there. So it's turn of the men now.
Yeah, that was a good swim from Kira. Nice improvement on her entry time.
Indeed.
Coach Andy Summers will be very pleased with that one. Another fairly small club up in the north that punches well above their weight. He produces a lot of good swimmers at national level.
Good stuff. So event 132, the men's 200-metre butterfly, and this is heat 1 of 2. Lane 2, Rory Gallagher, Warren de Bath. 3, Lucas Innes, Fold House Penguins. 4, Lachlan Bremner, Highland. 5, Aaron Machin, City of Glasgow. 6, Matthew Pogozelek from Monifeith, and 7, Nathan Geddy. Could you do that?
Come back to you.
Can you do that one again?
Pogozelek.
Right, my apologies, Matthew. And I bow to superior knowledge. I didn't quite get that one right.
I'd get crucified from the people up in Monifeith if I didn't get that right on our live stream, Jackie.
Okay, thank you very much for your assistance there then. So Nathan Geddy turning first, Rory Gallagher second, and Lucas Innes in third.
I also get crucified by the Filoni family as well up there.
Right. Wow. I'll, how do you say it again? I'm going
Filoni or Pogozelek.
Pogozelek. But it's Nathan Geddy, the Geary swimmer, who He's leading the field. His entry time 2:39.27. He's going to turn first there at the halfway mark. Leading the field 1:10.56. Lucas Innes and Rory Gallagher in the second and third at the halfway mark. So we have another Fold Penguins swimmer here in the men's event, wearing a red cap, not the white one that I've seen some of the girls wearing.
Yeah, well, his big sister used to swim summer in this. You maybe have aware of her. She's no longer swimming, but wee brother Lucas performing at national level and coming through quite nicely, Jackie.
He is indeed, yes. But it still remains Nathan Geddy at the turn there. Rory Gallagher, Lucas Innes, second and third. So can Nathan hold this? They're certainly coming back at him by the looks of it. Rory Gallagher is swimming really well over there in lane 2. Lucas Innes keeping himself up there and in the mix. Is Nathan aware of the challenge? Nathan's pretty much swimming on his own over nearer us.
Oh, it's got a cracking finish. I think he's just going to hang on.
Very tight, very tight. This is all going to come down to how these boys finish.
Yeah.
Nathan got that, 42.97. Lucas Innes second and Rory Gallagher in third.
100th in it, Jackie.
Was indeed.
Was indeed. Was on Rory Gallagher for second place there, but it just shows you get the arms over in the right position.
Yes, I agree with you. About halfway down that last length, I don't think Lucas was looking like he was going to be third there, but no, very good stroke there in the closing stages, getting himself up into second place.
Oh, pretty good times, Jackie. Thereabouts, some improved times and some just a fraction over the entry time. So
this is the second heat of the 200 metre butterfly, lane 0. Rio Wilson, Warren de Baths. 1, Daniel Hendry, City of Glasgow. 2, Noah Lucatelli, Warren de Baths. 3, Tom Armitage, Highland. 4, Luke Littler, Derwent Side. 5, Daniel Hay, West Lothian. 6, Innes Gow, from Geary. Matthew Martin goes in lane 7, Renfrew Baths. 8, Luke Livingston from Best. And 9, Joshua Drainer from Inverleith.
Start at the moment, I think just Tom Armitage from Highland Swim Team.
Certainly looks like it. He turns first there.
Ahead.
Matthew Martin in second, Luke Littler in third at the turn there. A really strong swim by the Highland swimmer there, Tom Armitage. The youngest swimmer here this afternoon is 14 years of age, isn't he? Luke Littler from Derwent Side. He's in alongside Tom Armitage. He's in third place at the moment. Luke Livingston is in second, maybe. Not sure that's...
Yeah, certainly Luke was second, but I think he's just gone ahead, Jackie. As Tom Armitage just, I wouldn't say drops back. He's still going well, the Highlander. Luke Littler in third place. But it's Matthew Martin, Renfrew Baths swimmer, who's now just beginning to try and pull away. There's not much between them as Tom Armitage comes back.
Oh, Tom got that, I think, did he not? Yeah, Tom turns first. Matthew in behind him. Luke Littler third. So great battle going on here between Tom Armitage and Matthew Martin. Whether they know that are aware of each other. But this is going to be really tight. I think the Highlander just may have the lead though, Robert.
Yeah, it just looks as though he's just trying to pull that little bit extra out in the death.
He's just about half a body length ahead, I think, of Matthew. But Matthew is fighting back. This is all going to come down to the touch here.
This,
Matthew got that, I think.
And in lane 1, third place is Daniel Henry. Yep, I think Matthew Martin just got the arms over, just spot on, a fraction ahead.
Good swim there from the 14-year-old from City of Glasgow, Daniel Hendry, because he wasn't really in the mix until
Certainly
that
wasn't,
final 50 metres. So well done to him to get himself up into third place, as the results there are confirmed. Matthew Martin, Tom Armitage and Daniel Hendry.
Nice improved times from the first two home, and Daniel Henry also taking a few seconds off. So well done, fellas. So
we move on to the women's 800 metre freestyle, Robert, and we've got 3 heats for this. This shows that there's 4 heats, but the 4th heat, which is the fastest heat, is going to be swam this evening in the final sessions, as I think we said earlier.
We did indeed,
so
Jess.
Before us we have heat 1. So there's 3 swimmers swimming here, and this is lane 3, Lola Timmins from the Borough of Stockton. Lane 4, Melissa Menny from South Lanarkshire, and lane 5 is Ava Ross from City of Glasgow. So a bit of a spread of entry times, 10:08 through to 10:11. But we'll have a look and see what happens. We'll be able to tell you a little bit about the girls' previous performances in this distance as the race progresses.
So it's a long haul ahead of us, 16 lengths. Girls' entry times, Lola has an entry time of 10:11:07. Melissa Menny, 10:08:13. And Ava Ross, 10:10:99. So on paper, Jackie, only barely 3 seconds between the 3 of them.
3 seconds isn't much over 16 lengths, is it? So Ava Ross, she came 8th at this district. Beg your pardon, start that again. She came 8th at this distance at the Scottish National Age Groups earlier this year. She's appeared 4th in the West District Championships. Yeah. And we also saw Melissa Menny in action at this distance, the South Lanarkshire swimmer. West District's Championships weekend 2. West District Championships, she came 2nd at this distance. So it is the South Lanarkshire swimmer, Melissa Menny. I think I'm right, does she normally swim for
East Kilbride, Jackie?
East Kilbride.
Yes,
East Kilbride. Oh, Derek wouldn't be very happy if I got that wrong.
Yeah.
So swimming as part of the composite team this weekend, South Lanarkshire.
And of course, Jackie, you'll be able to tell me the clubs that consist in South Lanarkshire, won't you?
Absolutely. When we're off mic, Robert.
You sure? I thought you'd be telling everyone.
I don't.
I'll give you a wee clue.
East Kilbride.
Yeah.
Cumbernauld. No. East Kilbride. Lark Hall.
There's another one that starts with an L.
Lanark.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, South Lanarkshire. That should have given me the clue there, shouldn't it? So Lola Timmins from the Borough of Stockton is just going to take the lead there from Melissa Menny.
Another one that has her services on the motorway.
Hamilton.
Yeah. And there's one just on the outskirts of Glasgow.
Rotherglen. There you go. So I did know them. I just had to pull them out from the back of the.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lead's changed again. Melissa Menny. She's going up the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, of course, we're going uphill.
Uphill now. In a minute, we'll come downhill.
So much faster uphill.
Doesn't quite sound right, that, does
Yeah,
it? They swim
sound
faster uphill.
Yeah.
And I think Lola Timmins and Melissa Menny are pretty much swimming stroke for stroke at the moment. With Ava Ross. Still has both these girls in her sights. Each one of them will have their own race plan that they've discussed with their coach. And I guess the trick is not to go out too fast, as always, and know your own pace where you need to be at each part of the race. So Lola Timmins, 3:43.80. Melissa Menny, 3:43.93. So, and then Ava Ross is just about 5 seconds behind these girls after 300 meters.
So looking at that, Jackie, the pacing just probably a little bit inside their entry time, pacing a little bit over 10 minutes. There's many now, maybe just trying to pull away if she can here. Again, both girls swimming faster uphill, Jackie, as was Ava Ross.
Indeed, very strange.
37.55 that last 50.
If it were a hill, you'd be walking up slower than you came down, so that doesn't quite make sense. But yeah, Melissa looks like she's beginning to make a little bit of a move just to get herself ahead of Lola.
So I'm expecting a split, virtually bang on 5 minutes here at halfway.
Yeah, 5:00:12. Melissa will have come across Ava at this distance, of course, before, but it's unlikely that she'll know much about Lola. Coming from the borough of Stockton.
Very much an unknown quantity.
Indeed, yes. So we'll Melissa won't know what Lola's race plan is, what she keeps in the tank for the latter stages of the race. And Melissa is definitely looking to build on her lead now. 5:38.21. She's 2.5 seconds ahead of Lola now.
Eva Ross and Lola Timmins, virtually that last 50, almost bang on 39 seconds for both of them. Eva Ross a long way back in third. We'll just see if whether the pace for the second and third swimmers changes. Now that's been the slowest one so far, 6:17.48. That was a 77.36. So Melissa's pace maybe just dropping very close to her entry time. She's going to try and pick it up, but of course she'll be swimming downhill again. We'll see what happens. Eva Ross, that last 50 was a 41.13 compared to Lola's 39.87 and Melissa's 39.27.
Indeed. Faster downhill. Sorry, uphill. I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Looks like Lola might be trying to pick up the pace a little bit.
Well,
just at the moment, but we'll have a look at the times as they come up to turn. Sorry, Robert.
There's a 4-second gap, so there's still there's time for her to do something with 4 lengths to go. But she actually lost a little bit more there. It's over 4 seconds.
So the girls have got, what, 200 metres to go, 4 lengths?
To go, yeah.
Not sure that the finishing order is going to change too much. Not unless Lola's got something that's really going to close that gap. I'm probably getting a little bit too big.
It's really just a question now of whether Melissa can get inside that 10:08.13. She's really got to pick something up over the next 150. I think she might just be maybe a second inside it with a strong finish, but it needs a strong finish. Pulled another second out, so she's She's over 5 seconds clear. No doubt that she's going to take the very first heat, Jackie.
I think that's right. I don't think Lola's going to be able to catch her now.
So looking somewhere around about 8:52 with 100 to go.
There we go.
We hear the bell.
Yep.
There we have 8:52.93. Now again, that was a 77.69. So she's got to come back 75 seconds or better, really, to get inside that 1:08.13.
Well, she's certainly kicking the legs and moving the arms, so whether she's picked that.
Yeah, 38 or better would be a good.
Let's watch this as she
here.
comes up to the turn. 37.54.
Yeah, she needs to come back another 37.54 or thereabouts. That would give her bang on 10:08.01. 10:08.13 is their entry time. Getting legs going really strongly now down the final stretch. Been a very solid swim from Melissa. She's going to improve by, as I say, I thought she'd maybe be about a second inside her time, and there we are, 1:10.07.37, improves by 7.76 of a second, and that's it's an improvement, Jackie.
It is indeed, yes.
Lola Timmins, solid swim, 10:15.85, and Eva Ross a bit further back on 10:27.26.
Ava lost her cap there in the closing stages. It's down on the floor of the pool. So we move on to heat 2. We have in lane 0 Jessica Powell from Elgin. Lane 1 Olivia Caldwell, City of Glasgow. Lane 2 Iona Bevan, Nexus. Lane 3 Abby Whitfield, Derwentside. Lane 4 Madeline Patterson, City of Glasgow. 5 Georgia Clough from Billingham. 6 Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow. 7 Silver City Blues, Kelly McIntosh. 8 Zara Innes, Carnegie. And 9 Lexi Lamont from Aberdeen.
Interesting swimmer in this one. Kelly McIntosh. Can't actually recall seeing her in the pool. She's
obviously a master swimmer, yeah.
She's very much an open, and very much open water. She does a lot of open water. She hasn't competed in open water. I think last year I don't think she did very much, and certainly hasn't done anything this year. But she might be just using this as a little sweetener for possibly the Scottish National Open Water 12th-13th of August.
All right.
Look on the Scottish Swimming calendar for that one. Also look for the West District one, which is Saturday the 29th of July over in the calendar area. And of course the North District one, which is still to come. That's the 2nd of September.
So the Nexus swimmer, Iona Bevan, has the lead at the moment, 1:08.10 after 100 metres. Is it Castle Semple that the National Open Water is taking place at this year?
Yes, it's they're using that venue for the first time, and depending on how it goes, that might be the new home of the Open Water National Championships.
Certainly a nice venue. I've been over there for a few rowing championships with one of my daughters, and so hopefully that does go well. So it is still the Nexus swimmer, Iona Bevan, leading the field.
Yeah, we have a swimmer in second place who sadly is on holiday when the West District Open Water is. Otherwise Alice would have been competing at that. It's a shame she's not able to come along, but maybe she'll be doing the one in 2 weeks after that. What was she said in Renfrewshire? 2:21.44 after the second 100. So 73.34 split on that one. Alice coming about a second and a half further back. At the moment those two have pulled, I won't say clear, because Kelly McIntosh still well there in third place.
Just about a second and a half between Alice and Kelly at the moment, isn't there? So Kelly's still got Alice in her sights.
Well, 5 of the swimmers swing faster uphill than downhill. 37.13, Alice coming the fastest on a 36.11. She's just eating into that a wee bit. So at the 300 mark, we're looking somewhere around about 3:35, 3:35.84. So 74.40 there. So I think it's probably settled into sort of 74s now. Alice coming, certainly looking very strong. And I kind of fancy at halfway it will be City Glasgow swimmer who might have taken it up. I don't want to preempt too much, but she's looking strong. Jackie.
She is indeed, Robert. As just keep an eye here as we go in. She's she's taken it on from Iona Bevan.
Taking almost a second out of
4:13.46. So we're 8 seconds faster than the previous heat at this stage.
Interesting to see what happens with Zara Innes now. She's now gone third. She's pacing about the same as Iona Bevan is now. She's just gone past Kelly McIntosh.
Alice is just keeping Iona at bay there. Alice turning first 4:51.22 at the halfway mark for Alice, and looking very strong and comfortable there, I think.
That was a 35-38 split, but of course Alice wasn't in the lead at the previous 100. Zara Innes, that last 50 just a little bit slower than Iona Bevan, so Iona's still holding a good second. Getting very interesting for third place now. 4 swimmers getting pretty little bunched here. Mary Patterson and Georgia Clough coming through. And Maddie Patterson, 37.37, is going second fastest in the pool. So we're expecting somewhere around about 6:06 here, Jackie, as a split at 500.
That last split, they were 10 seconds ahead of the faster than the previous heat. Alice is going to come in there and turn. Just watch the horse, 6:06.60.
Well, that was exactly 35.38 as it was with the previous 100. Getting the feel that it's steady rather than faster than it's been. Zara Innes and Maddie Patterson, very close between those two 500s. May see a change of position in third place. Maddie Patterson, I think, has gone third. Georgia
there you go.
And Zara Innes, Kelly McIntosh. Still not much between these swimmers.
But as you said, Maddie Patterson's got herself into third place now, Robert.
Yeah.
There's Alice coming.
So we're looking for something around 7:22, Jackie.
All right, let's keep an eye on the board here. $7:21.50, Robert.
Yeah. So
under what you were looking for.
Ideally
good for
under 74.90, so it's just beginning to pick it up again. 36.96 that last 50.
Yep, picked up the pace there. Time's in green. Let's see what she does going uphill for Alice. Alice started her swimming career with Western Bartonshire, I think.
She did indeed, yeah.
And then has moved to the City of Glasgow programme over the last couple of years.
Well, she's certainly got this under control now.
She does, yes.
Looking for a turn here, as you'll hear the bell somewhere around 5:35-ish.
That's the bell for Alice. 2 more lengths to go. Pretty much got. I think she's got this sewn up though, hasn't she? It's all against what time she's going to finish in this afternoon. Iona Bevan in second.
Yeah, we're probably looking at time.
The third is Abby Whitfield, has moved through the field now, hasn't she?
She's very strongly in the latter stages.
Slowly,
so
but
around 9:50, I would suspect for Alice.
There we go, just under 37 on that last 50 for Alice.
So I think Alice Cumming will be at sub 9:50 here. Second place could easily be Abby Whitfield.
Yeah, so it looks like she's just gaining the advantage on Iona Bevan, who's held second place for a good part of this race. But Abby's swam really well in the last wee while and has moved through the field slowly but steadily as Alice Cumming finishes there in a time of 9:49.68. Abby Whitfield second and Iona Bevan in third. So Alice's entry time this afternoon was 9:58.39. She will be very pleased with that. Significant improvement on her entry time. Abby Whitfield also improves, as does Iona Bevan. Well done, girls. And that completes.
Mary Patterson just drops back into fifth place there, Jackie.
Ah, does she? Right. Okay, as the 14-year-old from Aberdeen comes in to finish her 800 metres this afternoon. And we move on to Heat 3, with Heat 4 to be swam this evening. So Heat 3, Lane 0, Grace Campbell from Portobello. Lane 1, Ella Smith from Borough of Stockton. Lane 2, Mia McLeod, Swim IT. 3, Hannah O'Connor from the National Centre Limerick. 4, Jessica Thomas, Borough of Stockton. 5, India Marshall from East Lothian. 6, Ayla Cochran, City of Glasgow. 7, Catherine Boddy from Geary. 8, Eva Gordon, Stirling Swimming. And 9, Lucy Atherton from Heart of Midlothian. So the youngest swimmer here is the Borough of Stockton swimmer, Ella Smith, only 14 years of age. Her entry times here ranging from 9:34.57 through to 9:50.30. So a bit of a spread with entry times here, Robert.
Yeah,
but
indeed,
we'll see what happens. So after the first 50 metres, it's the centre of the pool, India Marshall in first, Mia McLeod second, and Jessica Thomas in third. Long way to go. What's it, 16 lengths we have to do?
Lengths.
So we're on 14 and a half to go now, as the girls come down to the turn after the first 100 metres. And it is lane 2, Mia McLeod, who has taken on the field now, and she's going to turn first. Very tight in behind her, however, 107.19, 107.49, 107.65, 107.66, and Ayla Cochran 107.96 for the girls there in behind our leader at this early stage.
couple of swimmers in lanes 8 and 9. Even at this early stage, quite a long way back, Jackie.
Yes, I think we're seeing
five girls almost together.
Yeah, same kind of spread as we've seen from the entry times, really, aren't we? Is what appears to be happening in the pool at the moment. Obviously, as we've said before, the trick is to swim your own race, but you need to make sure that you're up there and don't fall too far back.
It'll be very interesting to see what happens in lane 0. Whether Grace Campbell can win this from the outside lane.
Well, she's in second place at the moment, just behind Ella Smith. So Ella's just 14 years of age, taking on this field. A 15-year-old, and then was 16, 17, 18, 19. So certainly Ella is swimming really well at the moment. It's Grace Campbell in second. And it's Jessica Thomas in third. So things are changing all the time here. Ella Smith still retaining first place after 250 metres. Grace Campbell and Jessica Thomas. So no change in the order at the 250 metre mark. That certainly changes since the 150 metre mark, as the field looks like it's beginning to spread out a little bit, but it's still all happening over there in lanes 0 and 1, with our youngest and one of our oldest swimmers in this heat.
I think we've settled into something around the 73-second mark, Jackie. It's 72.94, the previous one 72.06, so
looks like we have then.
Maybe steady 73s. So if that's the case, we're coming in halfway mark, round about the 4:45 mark.
If they can achieve that, that's 6 seconds faster than the previous heat.
And if that's the case, we can have a finish somewhere maybe around about 9, high 30s.
The 14-year-old Ella Smith continues to swim really well here. She's still ahead. The Portobello swimmer, however, isn't leaving her. And actually looks like she's beginning to take the lead here. Ella's just about holding her at bay. There's really nothing in it between these two swimmers as they come in to turn at the halfway mark. Ella Smith first, 4:45.11. 3/10 of a second behind her is Grace Campbell, 4:45.43. So we're
that last 100 is 73.17. So we are virtually, if we assume, going to get another batch of 73s, a finish time sub 9:40.
There's India Marshall, who's in behind our two, effectively our two leaders. Grace Campbell has now taken the lead. Ella Smith in the second. Is Ella going to respond to that? Just managed to keep Grace Campbell at bay so far, but Grace is about half a body length ahead of her now, with India Marshall in lane 5 in the centre of the pool in third place. And India's got a pretty good lead over fourth place Jessica Thomas, although Jessica's lost that now, as we see Hannah O'Connor coming up. Sorry, I beg your pardon, Mia McLeod. She's now in fourth place. The Geary swimmer.
That last split exactly the same as the previous one, 73.17.
So these two girls have settled into a a nice pace, and they're watching them over there, pretty much matching each other stroke for stroke at this stage, aren't they? They've got, what, 350 metres to go? No, beg your pardon, 250 metres to go. Maths failing me at this time of the afternoon. Ella may just have the slight advantage. It continues to be India Marshall in third, Jessica Thomas in fourth, joint fourth actually, Jessica and Catherine Boddy at the 5:50 mark, turns together there. As the 14-year-old continues to be up there, and indeed good turn there. She's half a body length ahead of the Portobello swimmer, Grace Campbell, after that turn.
Yeah, just up the pace that wee bit, 72.5. And Grace will do well just to try and keep with her at the moment with just over 150 to go, Jackie. There's all to play for.
There is, but this is a pretty impressive swim from a 14-year-old.
Yep.
This afternoon against a field of mostly older swimmers. Said all older swimmers, so she's the only 14-year-old.
Just increase the gap a wee bit more. But, Grace is coming back still.
They're certainly pushing each other, I think, is fair to say, aren't they? They can see each other, know what's happening. And Grace will be looking to get back ahead as the girls come in. Grace and Ella both hear the bell. They've got 2 lengths to go. Another good turn there by the 14-year-old Ella Smith. She's about a body length ahead of Grace Campbell now. Third place, India Marshall. As the girls all hear the bell now. But I think the winner is certainly going to come from the other side of the pool. And Ella Smith is really motoring down this length there. She's going to turn at least a body length ahead of Grace Campbell. She turns there 8:59.15.
Second in it, better turn though from Grace, Jackie, but it's all to play for down the stretch.
Certainly is, yeah. Grace is beginning to rein Ella back in again, but I think Ella is responding. She's keeping her about half a body length behind her. Really gutsy swim by this 14-year-old this afternoon. She's moving away from Grace now. Grace just cannot respond to this pace as Ella finishes her race this afternoon in a time of 9:32.95. She will be well pleased with that. 12-second PB for her.
Indeed.
And she was she took the lead in an early stage of the race, and apart from a few challenges by Grace, Ella maintained that lead. Grace coming in second there, and third place goes to India Marshall in at lane 5, the East Lothian swimmer, in a time of 9:43.83. So we
a good race, Jackie. Grace Campbell improved her time by about 15 seconds as well, from 9:50. And I don't think she'll be too unhappy at the time she's done in finishing second there. Winner, as I said earlier in the commentary, at the East District Open Water at the beginning of the month. Well, she was the East District Women's Champion. So just to clarify that,
right.
She was East District Open Water 2K Champion this year.
So it's the turn of the men and the 800-metre freestyle for them. There are 4 heats in this event, but as in the women's, the fastest heat will be swum at the final session this evening. So this is heat 1, lane 1, Fergus Reid from Geary. Lane 2, Kyle Mossman, City of Glasgow, teammate Yusuf Ibrahim. in lane 3, and Daniel Hendry, also City of Glasgow, in lane 4. For lane 5, Charlie Rehurst from City of Peterborough. Lane 6, Nikolai Cisnet, City of Glasgow, and 7, Nathan Geddy from Geary. So
Yeah,
it's Nathan Geddy.
Yeah, if we didn't have a City Peterborough, this would be a City Glasgow Geary contest, Jackie.
It would indeed, yes.
Geary certainly a club that do a heck of a lot of distance stuff with all their swimmers. City Glasgow, biggest club in Scotland, I think, or certainly one of the biggest clubs in Scotland. Do get quite a lot of swimmers doing the distance work, so no surprise that they have a good representation.
Yeah, 3 of the City of Glasgow swimmers we're seeing in the pool just now, all placed in the top 10 at the Scottish national age groups. In fact, the top 7, I beg your pardon, Scottish national age groups. Fergus Reid finishing in 8th at Snags earlier this year. So, Nikolai Cisnet, was he the champion?
He was
the national age group champion. Yes, that's right. And also first place at the West District's pre-Snags meet here at Tollcross earlier this year. So after 150 metres, Nathan Geddy, Fergus Reid, and Nikolai Cisnet, all your 1, 2 and 3. See Nikolai coming through. That long arm stroke of his. They're in lane 6. He's just being held into second place by Fergus Reid, I think. It's Fergus times first, Nikolai Cisnet second, and Nathan Geddy in third. So 200 metres. 600 to go. Let's see what happens. Daniel Hendry, Nikolai Cisnet's teammate, is in 4th place. They're in lane 4 in the centre of the pool. So Daniel was 5th at Snags and 1st at the West District Championships at this distance. Nikolai Cisnet's got himself up ahead, 2:56.96 at the 2:50 mark. Daniel Hendry in 2nd and Nathan Geddy in 3rd. But Fergus Reid is still there. Kyle Mossman swimming well. Yusuf Ibrahim's not too far away.
Looking for a split, Jackie, somewhere around 3:33ish at 300.
So Nikolai, I think, is going to come into the 300 first. So we'll have a look for the split there. 3:34.01.
So 73.72 there. So it looks as though he's set on to out of them somewhere around that 73-second mark. So entry time, Jackie, of 9:42.89. Probably pacing a little bit, maybe just a little bit inside that at the moment.
Yeah, that was the time that got him first place at the national age groups, Scottish national age groups. So done fairly recently then, so
yeah.
we'll be looking to...
he should certainly, being only 13, you expect a bit more improvement. 35.90, that last 50. So maybe the next one won't be a 73, it'll be nearer a 72 for this 4th 100 split. So maybe something around 4:46.5.
So we have Nicholas Cisnet first,
4:46.
Daniel Hendry second, with City of Glasgow. Fergus Reid is in 3rd from Geary, over on the far side of the pool from where we're sitting. Nikolai looking very strong there. Sorry.
72.30 there, Jackie, that split. So halfway mark, 4:46.31. So certainly looking at well inside the 9:40 mark. Might get in somewhere in the mid to low 9:30s here. 35.85. Well, the split coming down the last 50 down to that end was exactly the same, 35.85. And he's just increasing that lead steadily as we continue towards 500, Jackie.
He is indeed, isn't he? And his teammate Daniel Hendry in behind him. And Yusuf Ibrahim. No, not Yusuf, I beg your pardon. Kyle Mossman. I think he's going to turn here in third place. All three boys from City of Glasgow, with Fergus Reid just in fourth, just behind Kyle Mossman there. 0.5 of a second. Split the boys there in third and fourth place.
73.04 there, Jackie. So it's all pretty steady pace. We'll see if he's keeping that pace going. We'd be looking for somewhere around 36 seconds-ish. Maybe just a fraction over 36 for this next 50. Well, 36 and a half. So it might well be that the pace is just beginning to drop a little bit. He doesn't have anyone beside him to push on, so just got to do it on his own.
Yeah, as we've often said, it's pretty challenging when you've got to do these things on your own, isn't it, to keep that pace.
So looking for something maybe just inside 7:13 at 600.
So it continues to be City of Glasgow 1, 2 and 3. Nikolai Cisnet, Daniel Hendry and Kyle Mossman. Fergus Reid then in fourth place over in lane 1. With a Yusuf Ibrahim, also City of Glasgow, in fifth place. So the boys have got 200 metres to go.
73.36 there, Jackie. So you'd expect them maybe to try and pick the pace up a wee bit with the final 200. So I think we're looking at somewhere pretty close to 9:35 and 9:30s.
Well, I'll be pleased with that then, on an entry time of 9:42 if he can achieve that. But as you say, he needs to keep that pace
36,
correct
36
to be able to
and a half.
36 and a half again. So he's pretty consistent at the moment.
Yeah. So expect to split around about the 8:25 mark.
So in behind him, in behind Nikolai, I beg your pardon, is Daniel Hendry. Yusuf Ibrahim has moved up now. He was back in fifth place and he's got himself into third. He's just taking the third place there from his teammate Kyle Mossman, as they all hear the bell. They've got 100 metres to go. So Nikolai there at the turn, 8:25.31. What can he do? What's his improvement going to be on his entry time this afternoon?
Are you asking Jackie, or are you?
Well, maybe that was a rhetorical question, Robert. I'm not sure. But, it's whether he can keep.
I'm going to go for 7 seconds.
You're going to go for 7 seconds, okay. Well, you're usually pretty accurate with these things, Robert, so we shall wait and see. Daniel Hendry turns there second, Yusuf Ibrahim third, Kyle Mossman fourth, Fergus Reid in fifth.
I'm looking for a low 9:36.
Daniel will just need to keep that pace going. It's about a body length ahead of Yusuf. Kyle Mossman's now coming through. He's got himself, I think, just ahead of Yusuf. But it's all going to be down to the closing meters. Daniel Hendry in second there. And Kyle Mossman got himself back into third. Gutsy last length there from him. With his teammate Yusuf Ibrahim in fourth. So Nikolai Cisnet, 9:36.35. I think you hit the nail on the head there, Robert, did you not?
7.5 second improvement, Jackie.
Well, there you go. What more can we ask? Well done.
And well done, Nikolai. Very, very solid swim, sir. There we have confirmation.
So missing somebody. We do, yeah. Nikolai Sisnet, Daniel Hendry, Kyle Mossman. With improvements on their entry times. The swimmers will be pleased with that this afternoon. As we move on to the second heat.
And more geary swimmers to come in this one. We
have a swimmer missing in
an empty
lane 7
Jackie,
though.
yeah.
Lachlan Small.
Yeah.
Is not swimming this afternoon, so we have lane 0 Innisgal. Geary, Rio Wilson, Warren de Bath in lane 1. 2 Finley Bruce, Perth City. 3 Ewan Mitchell, South Lanarkshire. 4th Taylor Sinclair, Elgin. 5 Ewan Weir, Dundee City. 6 Tom Jeffords, Ren 96, and an empty lane 7. 8 Kyle Connolly, City of Glasgow, and 9 Alexander Wiseman, City of Stoke. So,
just the one geary swimmer in this one, Jackie.
There is indeed, yes. Got a number of snags, top 10 swimmers as well. Right, Ewan Weir, 3rd in his age group, the Scottish national age groups. Tom Jeffords 7th. Kyle Connolly 4th. Innisgal 6th. So let's see what happens as it's Elgin's swimmer, Taylor Sinclair, is going to lead the field into the first turn there. Sorry, the 100-metre mark, I beg your pardon. That's coming out of that. No, it's Taylor Sinclair, beg your pardon. So Taylor Sinclair just ahead of the field at the turn there. Ewan Weir from Dundee City was in 2nd. And Tom Jeffords from Ren 96 in 3rd. So the entry times here this afternoon range from 9:14:06 through to 9:40:20. So a bit of a range, and I think as we've said earlier this afternoon, Robert, the field tends to reflect the entry times. We've had a fairly broad range earlier on this afternoon, and you noticed fairly early on that the field were pretty much split according to their entry times. So it is Taylor Sinclair, 2:11:25. Ewan Weir alongside him, and Tom Jeffords pretty much on par. So these three swimmers are leading the field. Their entry times, so in fact, 9:14:06, 9:14:79 for Taylor and Ewan, and the 15-year-old from Ren 96, Tom Jeffords, an entry time of 9:27. So he's up with the faster swimmers just now. Let's see what he can do over the course of this race this afternoon. As Ewan Weir moves into first, 2:45:72. Fast 30, a split of 34:28 there.
Well, it'll be interesting, Jackie, to see if any of those swimmers can get inside that 9-minute mark. I think they'll be pretty close to it. Might just be a fraction over at this early stage. Looking around a 3:20 at 300. 3:20:95. So a 69:70 there. So looking for a split somewhere around 4.5 minutes at halfway.
Okay, and looking very strong. Up there is Ewan Weir. Taylor Sinclair still in touch. Tom Jeffords, I think, is splitting those two swimmers at the moment in second place.
Certainly pacing sub 9:10, I think, Jackie. But they won't want Ewan Weir to get too far away at this early stage.
No, the further away the swimmer gets, the harder it is to catch them up. So
quite unusual not to see the pink cap in the lead here. Dundee City Aquatics.
another club that uses a different cap, some different
Yeah.
caps. Yes, I have, but you're right. It's usually the bright pink one, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, pace just dropping a wee bit. We've had a 68.20, a 69.70. That was a 70 and a half. So we're not going to be troubling the judges for anything remotely close to 9 minutes. I think we're question is whether we trouble the judges for something around 9:10.
Nope.
That's still a pretty decent swim from Ewan Weir if he can get close to 9:10. Taylor Sinclair in second place. He's probably pacing around his entry time, and the range swimmer Tom Jeffers on a 9:27 is doing pretty well. Jackie to almost try and stay with those two. Is dropping back a wee bit.
Yeah, just looking there, Robert. So Ewan Weir and Tom Jeffords have been members of the Scottish Swimming Youth Academy this year. But you're right, Tom's just dropping off the pace just a little bit there, insofar as the leaders are concerned, as Ewan Weir continues to lead the field there, 5:42.07.
So he's settling to somewhere in the 70s, 71 second mark, 70.62.
Yeah,
so
not going to get under the 9, is he, today?
He's pacing just probably a little bit inside his entry time. But he might get pushed by Taylor Sinclair. The Elgin swimmer still within striking distance. And might still have a wee bit left in the tank. Tom Jeffers still going well in third place. Finlay Bruce fair bit back in fourth place. So we're looking at a split somewhere around about 6:53 here.
Okay, so the Elgin swimmer Taylor Sinclair got himself back. I think he's closed the gap a wee bit between himself and Ewan Weir, hasn't he? As Ewan turns there 6:53.18,
Well,
6:54.57. That's second and a half between the pair of them. But swimming uphill, Ewan seems to...
35.77, 35.78. Taylor Sinclair 100th faster on that last 50. We'll see if he can pull a wee bit out in this next 50 with 150 to go. We're looking at a 9:14-ish time for both those swimmers. Taylor Sinclair just a fraction slower than Ewan there. Well, they're both going to be pretty close to their entry time. I think Ewan Weir might just pull a little bit out to get inside that 9:14.79. Taylor Sinclair might just be a fraction over it, unless he can find something special over the next 100 odd metres. Gap about a second and a half, Jackie, or it was.
It was, yeah. Let's have a look here. The boys have got 100 metres to go now. So yeah, Taylor's clawed back a little bit there. It's less than a second and a half, but I think that what we can now see in the water is that Ewan Weir is pulling away from Taylor Sinclair. Tom Jeffords continues to swim well in behind them in third place. So Tom's entry time here this afternoon, 9:27.50. Let's see what he can do to improve on that.
I think he'll be about 4 or 5 seconds maybe inside that if he can.
Are you sure? 4 or 5 or 6, Robert?
No,
which one's it going to be?
We'll go with 4, Jackie.
4, right, okay. Let's keep an eye on that then. So Ewan Weir is going to, I think, bring the field home this afternoon, although he does need to keep a very close eye on what Taylor Sinclair is doing, because the gap going is closing between these two, but I think Taylor's just going to run out of water to be able to close it any further, and this race is Ewan's. Taylor coming in second, Ewan finishing there at a time of 9:12.84.
Should have gone with 6 seconds, Jackie.
And So both Ewan and Taylor will be pleased with their finish times, but the third place, Tom Jeffords, 9:21.68 on an entry of 9:27. You should indeed, Robert. You should have gone with the second.
Yeah,
you should have had the courage of your convictions.
Yeah, still, it's a good time.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
So
both boys, first and second, just inside their entry time. Finally, Bruce, virtually bang on his 9:30.33 on fourth place.
and so here we are. This is the final race of this afternoon session. This is the third heat of the men's 800 metres. We have a full field. So lane 0, Kyle Mitchell from Geary. Lane 1, Ewan Jones, West Lothian. Lane 2, Owen Williamson, East Lothian. 3, Dara Horgan from National Centre Limerick. 4, Orlando Deering from City of Peterborough. 5, Fraser Tetlow from Geary. His teammates James Bodie, I beg your pardon, goes in lane 6, and Oscar Churnside in lane 7. Lane 8, Jack Swindale from City of Peterborough, and 9 is Jamie Gilchrist from South Lanarkshire. So again, we're looking at pretty broad spectrum of entry times here. The fastest time is Orlando Deering from City of Peterborough, 8:59.21. And then the entry times range up to 9:13.74. So we saw a fairly strong race in the previous heat by the faster swimmers of that heat on based their entry times. And but Ewan Weir succeeded and won the battle between himself and Taylor Sinclair. So after the first 100 metres, it's Owen Williamson, the East Lothian swimmer, in first. Owen is swimming in lane 2, but that has changed now because lane 4, Orlando Deering from the City of Peterborough, 15-year-old, he's now taken on the lead. He was in third place at the turn there. Turning first now, 1:36.37. Fraser Tetlow picked up the pace there in that last 50 for him. The others were all a little bit slower than their first. But let's see what happens. So Orlando Deering, Dara Horgan, and Kyle Mitchell, I think, are your 1, 2 and 3 as they come into the 200 metre mark. Owen Williamson in third. Orlando Deering, Dara Horgan and Owen Williamson, 1, 2 and 3. There's Orlando. He's got a body length lead there. We are only a quarter of the way through this race. It's going to come up to turn in first place at the 250 mark. How are we doing for pacing then, Robert?
It's looking good. I think we're pacing pretty close to the entry time at the moment. Every chance, if you can keep the strong pace going, you can get certainly inside 9 minutes. Already pulled some 3 or 4 metres clear, Jackie, at this early stage.
Certainly, here's an entry time here of 8:59.21. So on the basis of that, you'd be expecting him certainly to be under 9. But it's, I guess, it's whether or not, as we've said before, whether he has to do it all himself or whether he's going to be pushed, isn't it? At the moment, he has a lead that doesn't see anybody up alongside him or even close.
Looking for a
so
halfway split. Yeah, looking for a halfway split around the 4:25 mark. And, that would comfortably get him inside the 9 minute mark.
Will I ask you for a prediction at this early stage, or is it just a little bit too early, Robert, to say what his improvement will be?
I think he can get an 8:57.
Okay, 2-second improvement then.
2-second improvement.
Yeah, that's all right. It's okay. Certainly look very strong out there in the front of the field. Very comfortable. Is Orlando Deering, just 15 years of age, from the city of Peterborough.
4:25 virtually on the money there.
There you go. That's what you were looking for.
67.81.
So let's have a look and see what's happening in behind Orlando. And it was Dara Horgan and Jack Swindale in second and third there at the halfway mark. I think that might be changing at the 4:50. Not the leader, of course. That still remains Orlando Deering. For 59.20 there. He's 4 seconds ahead of the second place, Jack Swindale, swimming in lane 8. But Oscar Churnside is moving up now. He's got himself up alongside Jack now, I think, Robert, hasn't he?
He has indeed.
Yeah, as is lane 3. Lane 3, Dara Horgan. No, I think we're going to see a change here in behind Orlando. With
Jack Swindale just hanging on to second place.
Oscar Churnside in third, but that's where the battle for second and third place is at the moment between these two swimmers, Jack Swindale from the city of Peterborough and Oscar Churnside from Geary.
Yeah, the two city Peterborough boys, second and third at the recent Southeast Regional Championships. Did I say an 8:57, Jackie, for the finish?
You did, yes. Do you want to revisit that? No. You're sticking with it.
If I've committed, I'm committed.
There you go.
I'm going to trust my man in lane 4.
Are you? Okie dokie. Well, you've been pretty much. Well, no, you didn't quite get it right for the last one, did you? No, you were like 4 seconds out.
No, it was only 2.
Was it only 2?
It was only 2.
Oh, okay. Let you off.
Thank you. He's just dropped a wee bit. 68.71 there. So, but I still stick with my 2-second improvement.
Okie dokie. Right, Oscar Churnside in second, Jack Swindale in third. There's really not much between those two boys. Swimming alongside the lane ropes for each other's lanes so they can see exactly what each other are doing.
So Jackie, I'm looking for somewhere around 750, a low 750.
A low 750 then, so we'll watch this, and as Orlando comes down to, he'll hear the bell at the next turn.
I'm comfortably predicting at least a 2-second improvement.
Comfortably now.
Comfortably
right,
expecting
okay.
a 2-second improvement.
Oscar Churnside, he's moved himself ahead of Jack Swindale, as he'll hear the bell shortly as well. There's the bell for Orlando. Happy with that time there, Robert?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And Oscar Churnside second, Jack Swindale third. So whether or not Jack can do anything to catch Oscar and get himself up into second place. But I think we have no doubt who the winner's going to be. It will be Orlando Deering. It's just whether or not the improvement on his entry time is going to match what Robert predicts.
I need a
Mind
34
you, Oscar
here.
Churnside is really motoring there, Robert. I think the gap's probably too much, but he's certainly closing that gap between himself and Orlando Deering. Or at least appeared to be as they went into the turn there. I think.
He certainly is, but he needs another 300 or 400 metres to get past him.
He does. But yeah, he's really motoring there as Orlando comes into the closing 10 metres of his race this afternoon. Keep saying this morning, this afternoon. It is definitely. And Oscar finishes there, Orlando finishes there in a time of 8:57.47. And Mr. Taylor is celebrating alongside me because, again, he's got it right on the nail. Well done, you.
Thank you.
And Oscar Churnside in second, Jack Swindale in third, and Owen Williamson coming in fourth there.
I won't get the lottery numbers for the weekend though, Jackie.
I was going to ask you to place them there, Robert, but
Euro Millions is tonight though.
So it is on a Friday night. That's right. This isn't a Saturday. And
so there we have it. Orlando Deering, 8:57.47, improves on that time of 8:59.21 by just under 2 seconds. That concludes our afternoon session, Jackie. It's been fun
indeed,
as always, so thanks everyone for joining us at Tollcross for session 2. We're back later on this afternoon, so if you can, please join us for the evening session. Coverage begins at 5:25 for our evening finals. So from Jackie Smith and myself, Robert Taylor, bye from Tollcross.
Goodbye.